lessons. Had it all, but you craved attention, drowning in your own reflection. Put me down just to see me get back up again. 6 feet under and you're ready to give all the pain. If I was your new addition, you make me part of your equation. Shattered from the past, wish you were my last. Shattered me to pieces like broken glass. Frozen looking at pictures that we took back in the summer. I thought that I would remember how we used to feel, but this isn't real. Now we're over. Take it all, there's nothing left here anyway. We used to talk, but now we don't know what to say. Now we're just two passing strangers. We tried, you lied, goodbye forever. Put me down just to see me get back up again. 6 feet under and you're ready to give all the pain. If I was your new addition, you make me part of your equation. Shattered from the past, wish you were my last. Shattered me to pieces like broken glass.
Came from a broken home. I've seen so many people go. Learn to make it on my own. It's easier for me to be alone. So how are you? Keep cutting through, claiming you're not like the other guys. And only if I could give you a chance, show me that you mean it. We'll feel some type of way.
into the Esports Tower Valorant Rumble, our second week of the Fall Valorant Rumble series, the Esports Tower, and we're looking forward to some exciting gameplay tonight. On the show, we'll be bringing you a fantastic round one matchup. I think one that everybody wants to see after last week. We'll also have both of our semifinal matchups, setting up a special all grand final show for the conclusion of this event next week. I'm your host, Michael Fisher, and joining me to call all of the actors, Brandon Red Hots Koziancic. And Red Hots, last week we saw the Infernos win their first ever Rumble, but I don't want to say an asterisk, but it became because the Landslides, who have dominated everything, they've never lost an actual event, were on vacation. Our round one matchup is Landslides versus Infernos. It's the reigning champion versus the dominating force from the summer. What are you looking for, I'll say, with the Inferno side of things to try and knock off a team that is still going to be the favorite, even though the Infernos are our reigning champs?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Landslides took the last one off, so Inferno had a pretty, I would say, pretty defying win, right? They stomped both games, and I think they showed that, hey, we're a team that can compete out here, so I think today's going to be the match that shows that if, something's going to change in the Esports Tower here, or if, Landslides are still top dog.
As I said, we have seen numerous new rosters at the start of this fall season. They're shaking things up. We have a couple of new ones that I think we'll see later tonight as well. But the Infernos, we talked about it, new roster, made a run all the way to the championship. There are the Landslides. 4 names that you will recognize: Prestige, Mr. Memphis, Snazzy, and Solix. They're also playing with Zed Evan, who's a free agent who at times has been known to absolutely pop off. This is a stacked roster. The Tsunamis, they've been playing together for just 2 weeks, but the coaches say this roster is incredibly strong. They are making their Rumble debut tonight, as well as the Quakes. Everybody else, teams we've seen before, the Meteors and Blizzards, Hurricanes, a team from last season coming back, and the Monsoons. We saw both their rosters last week. This is a combo, and this Monsoons team is very, very strong, Red Hot. So the Landslides, they take a week off, and they come back, and now they're facing everybody's best. This is going to be a very hard tournament for them to win. I don't want to say I'm expecting it, but wouldn't be crazy to say that they get knocked off in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this match is probably going to be one of the most important matches, I think, and it's the first round. You got, the reigning champs Infernos versus reigning champs Landslides, and I think this will be a hard-fought game. And I think whoever wins this will show, hey, we're still got it.
No, I think whoever wins this is probably your favorite in the whole tournament, because if you knock off the Landslides, who, like I said, they have never lost a Rumble event. You see your bracket here. We'll start with Landslides and Infernos. We'll then go to the 2 semifinals, so we're guaranteed to see the winner of our match for a second time, and there are a ton of other fantastic matches, but it is Landslides and Infernos to kick things off. And we've talked enough about this game. We do need to get to Doc's keys to the game here between the Landslides and Infernos to help really the Infernos do everything they can as the underdog. And those keys are presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. They are focus, angles, and flank. Know your win condition, count cards, call abilities, and know enemy econ. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up at Esports Tower. And I know, Red Hots, you've seen a little bit of the Landslides off stream. That top bullet point is something you have to watch out for if you're an Infernos fan. The Landslide love to get creative. They love to flank you. Cypher almost is a must-have because those tripwires are huge as we go to Ascent for our first game.
Yeah, I agree. I think something that has holding the flank against these guys is going to be one of the biggest, attack points is, on attack and stuff, you got to make sure that you always are looking for that one lurker on the B side or the A side, and I think that's where they get a lot of their kills and, honestly, big swing and rounds for that.
To Ascent, which I've been told is the Landslides' best map. So we kick it off with a fantastic bracket stage round 1 matchup. Landslides taking on last week's champion, the Infernos. And I told you this, Red Hots, hopefully the Landslides do not make a liar out of me. They are going to shove A every single time they attack. They love that A site, and it looks like for right now you can see on the map they might be setting up in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, I hope to see it. One thing I will say on Ascent that I do wish to see this series is more of this mid priority. I think a lot of teams kind of like doing the B rush into the fake B into the A. But if you're going to have a lurker on this map, I think it's a really good way to have it on that catwalk or that mid to really control the rest of the map so you can't get flanked.
I love the lineup here for the Landslides. I think we do need to flip them as the Landslides are on the right side attacking. Mr. Memphis, if you've been watching Esports Tower in the summer, you know this is a name to watch out for. He kind of tries to jiggle peek Froyo. I don't think either of them saw him.
Life out. Oh, I thought the same thing. Whew, I thought it was like a flank really quick. I couldn't see it. Whew. Oh. They are going to look for this mid, it seems like, though. They're not rushing A, Fish.
They are not. They made a liar out of me, but they're still favoring that A side.
Yeah.
They want that mid pick. Looks like Reyna and Killjoy going to get into each other there. Great flash. Huge first kill for Snazzy. Solix picks up a second.
Honestly, Sky is one of those agents where I think she's basically picked every game, especially at this point, especially pro play. I think her flashes and her dog in terms of like what they offer is just too strong right now. As they do take the site due to that pop flash for the Sky right there, so. Let's see if they retake. A lot of teams end up having different strategies for retakes, but it seems like they're kind of looking for that 3-man heaven push out here.
Ooh, Viper says 9 HP. This is not a spot he wants to be. Gets flash. Spinner has to throw down the smoke. Last one alive. Landslides take it with ease.
And that just shows that how much pressure the Sky has, right? I mean, they come in, they play slow through the mid. They go into catwalk. As soon as they get the garden room, they just pop flash the Sky. They instantly walk in because, you know, they either have to look it in or hold that angle. And then once again, Sky just holds that angle, pop flashes for a team, and they get the rest of the round.
And we did see them favor mid, which is like you said you wanted to see, but it was towards that A site. They got that great double kill off the blind from Sky, and Landslides really didn't look back after that.
Yeah, I think mid control on Ascent, especially because you get the biggest thing with that A push is you get 2 angles, right? And that's the biggest thing in terms of like it's hard to hold the 2 angles or 3 angles. Yeah, this is I actually really enjoyed this strat from Inferno here. Is you're saving anyways, and so your odds of actually winning the round are quite low. So might as well just have the stack and just 50-50 it in terms of like where they're going.
I mean, and the Landslides have been extremely cautious because they obviously didn't know. We're going to get a huge 5-man flank.
There we go.
It's no chance.
Spike planted.
Like I said, this play is just such a great idea from them. As long as they just get a couple. I might just only go 1 here, but.
They're only going to get 1. It almost worked out, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think like the idea is there, right? It's like if you're at a huge disadvantage already in terms of your eco round, might as well just do the coin flip and look for a couple picks out. So, granted, it was kind of unfortunate that Landslides was still in that area in terms of they just look back and like, oh, wow, you're right there, rather than all of them being on site, of course.
Yeah.
But, I mean, hey, great job. Just make it a fast round, and they're, you know, now they have the bye, where Landslides have the bonus round. So this is where they're going to be at the advantage for this round.
No, I agree. I think that was absolutely fantastic play. The Landslides just played it so slow, which, you know, you would not expect. We see this time they've got a couple on B. Mr. Memphi on that jet, looking to see if he could see spin it in the mid. Kind of split up here for the Landslides on this 3rd round.
Yeah, it seems like they're actually just going to play a little bit default here. Standard play, just see where they're at and then what they want to actually go in here. They don't have ults yet, so I think they're just kind of trying to play slow. They know they are at a gun disadvantage, so I think they really want a couple picks here to get the guns and try to sway their favor for the round.
Very slow around here from the Landslides. Spinnet taking a couple shots in mid onto Mr. Memphi. A jet-on-jet battle. Mr. Memphi taking incredibly low. Spinnet didn't take too much damage. That's
it's
huge.
An incredible trade there to make sure they can stop this push here. They are going to look for this B push. KJ is just, you know, or sorry, Killjoy is just extremely obnoxious on this this map in terms of this B site here.
Oh, gets a great trade for V Spicy. Sends over the rotation. The spike also goes down, so they can't get a quick plant for the Landslides.
Yeah, now they have 30 HP though. They're quite low, and they do have the gun disadvantage here. So Infernos gets another one. Vipers. Ooh, nice shot there from Evan.
Oh, can he get one more? No, he can't. Spin it with a great pick. Gonna try and push on to site. Oh, another great flick there. 2-on-1 here, but Prestige, maybe one of the better members on Landslides. If he lands a big flash here, might be able to pull it off.
So if they get one, they do have the Seekers out, but they only have 12 seconds left. Oh, they do? I like this play. Just instantly looking for the ult. Do not waste any time. They know they're back there. The concuss is going to come out pretty soon if they don't get it. Oh, great clutch there from Prestige.
Just fantastic. As you said, you called that perfectly, Red Hots. As soon as they get the kill onto the Asher, they immediately call on the Seekers because that was their only hope of winning that round.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's a decision that you know they've done this before, and they made the immediate decision to throw those out immediately to make sure that, A, the Jet has to choose between either getting concussed or, like this, just has to die. So it's a Prestige played that quite well. The one thing I wish that was communicated on Infernos was they should look for the 1v2. At that point, maybe even like give side or something like that, but the Astra kind of just peeked that 1v1 and kind of contested them, and it did end up, you know, punishing for it. So really big round for Landsides to win there because Infernos have to eco here now, and so it's most likely going to be up 4-0.
Shots coming through mid. The Landslides have really prioritized that mid. Not something we're used to seeing. Like I said, with the summer when we saw them, this was a hard jam A lineup attacking. Couple shots do go out on the recon dart. Not able to find anything. So Snazzy does know he's got 2 right outside of that A site.
I mean, to me, it shows that, like, hey, Landslides did take some time off, but, hey, they're improving because they know Inferno just won it too. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like to me.
Do get a double kill off screen.
Spin it with the Marshall, man.
3 in a row for the Infernos. They've got the knives for the Jet as well if they want to use it. Oh, Solix gets a great pick, though. Solix and Zed Evan. Oh, V-Spice with the Sheriff. Oh, didn't even see him. Just have to land your shots, unfortunately.
Sometimes it just, you know, they don't see it. It's more pressure than if they did. Seems like it's a, great shock dart there from Vipers. And they do end up taking the round. 1-3. Honestly, I was suspecting that it wouldn't take that round, but some great picks on early on, and it took the round pretty convincingly.
Yeah, I mean, if V-Spicy would have been able to land those shots with the Sheriff, that would have been an absolute dominating round. 2 kills over to Solix, not too bad. I think the other thing for the Landslides, as we mentioned, though, Zed Evan is a free agent. Don't know how much practice he's got with that lineup, so maybe that's why we've seen the change in stock, because he was the last one alive, kind of just in mid all by himself. So maybe the Landslide's trying out some new things. As you said, though, it feels like they're respecting the fact, hey, Inferno's won last week, doesn't matter if we were there or not. And they're trying out some different strats.
So you have the dog out here to get some information from Sky. They do see 1, although I don't think they're going to commit on this.
I think they probably want to get this pick.
One thing there is I think they should just at least get Ult Orb. I think Ult Orbs are very extreme value, especially on the Sky, just because the Seekers are such a good ult.
Agreed.
You're always learning something from her ult, whether that be, you know, sound or anything like that. Oh, great shot there from Froyo. Great crosshair placement to get that defend on A.
Get a pick on mid. And as you say, you don't have the Sova with the Odin hanging out on B like you would usually see. So I think that Ult Orb was just a free take for the Landslides.
They do have Hunter's Fury up here. I don't think they'll actually use it for the attack side until they get enough intel. But they are just going to continue to go to this mid, almost looking for a CT spawn look here. But Astra is looking there, and they both are. It seems like they are ready for this.
Don't know if Memphi's going to check his right. Ray Undaunted is right there. They have some great angles, though. Zed Evans has a stare right exactly at that A side. Oh, Mr. Memphi has a dash away. Jumps back up, gets picked off, but they do a nice trade 1-for-1.
So 1-for-1, that's pretty good here. They do have the better angle for the site, though, unless they're going to go to this A site here. But great flank there from... Oh, they use their numbers right there. I think that's a great job there coming from Landslides, using their number advantage to clear out this site. They do have a 1v2 now. Oh, they know he's there. Man, Sky Flashes are truly not balanced in this game.
No. We've seen, I think the Landslide's really the first team to pick up that Sky. And they have played phenomenally on it. Vipers up in heaven. Prestige looking for that flank that we talk about all the time with the Landslides. I don't know if Vipers is going to be ready for it.
Yeah, that's a great play here. They do see him. They have 2 angles now, though. Will he peek to get the... Oh, great job.
I had no idea Prestige was there.
I mean, it seemed like almost we're like, Brimstone's like, yo, I got ult. I'm back here. You get the 1v1, man. Go get him.
Go take him out. I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, the one thing, though, I was kind of mentioning is like why I think Sky is very overpowered is because her flashes, no matter where you throw them, if they do flash someone, she always has an audible cue of their flash or like something like that. Like she has an audible cue of the flash, and so you always know that if you're flashing someone, whereas if someone's looking the wrong way and you flash, you know they didn't get flashed. So it's like you don't actually peek at that point, you know? So you just get so much information from that it's just such a good ability.
Wouldn't like to see them push up for that Ult Orb.
Yeah, it seems like Vipers has that in plan here. Wants the Hunter's Fury, which is a great tool here for defending against... I think he did get it, so... Landslides are looking for this B push this time. There's the Ult Orb. They should have Seekers here. Now, how they use it is going to be...
I've got your trail.
Looks like they're going to pair both, yeah.
I like that play. I was wondering if they maybe Killjoy at least to open up that B side, but Killjoy into Seekers, though V-Spicy does get the first pick. There's a Hunter's Fury coming out.
I wonder how the Molly got the kill. Killjoy got a Molly, so I wonder if they just kind of pushed through and then ended up just taking that trade. They do have a lot of ults here for Landslides, so it seems like they're kind of taking this round by force, and they still have 2 ults left. 1v3 here.
Raze is a great pick. Unfortunately, has to trade that out with Snazzy. Now, I love the combo alts kind of slam there from Lancelot. We didn't see how the Killjoy for Infernos got the elimination.
My guess was just more so like, hey, we have the KJ ult out, we have the Seekers out. Someone's just got to go through, and they just, they try to go through the molly and they lost.
Someone just ate it.
Yeah,
Good
exactly.
luck.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry about your KD. Look at the Prestige, 9-2-2.
Doing a fantastic job in the sky. It seems like he got a lot of confidence right now, taking those corners, taking those abilities, and it shows that they are truly a good player at sky. They know a lot of these, abilities to the full extent of their agent.
Well, we get this full A push this time. Recon Bolt does get destroyed. Does look like the Infernos might be on another eco round, though.
Yeah, it seems so. They have one Marshall. Great shock dart right there, getting some damage out. Ooh, dash through. On site now. The thing is, where are they?
One's up in heaven. You saw the shots come out. Kind of get smoked out by their own teammate.
Oh!
He was not ready for the 3 people in heaven.
Mr. Memphi going a little crazy on the attack there, but it seems like Prestige is like, all right, I'll get the rest of the kills then. Ooh, great Brimstone ult there to choke them out on that spot. Yeah, that was a fantastic ultimate there from Zed Evan. I like that play because, yeah, they're defending for that, but, it's better to use it rather than just to hold it for however many rounds.
That's something I think the landslides do really well as opposed to some teams in Esports Tower is they get ults and they're just like, might not be the best, but at least it's a chance to use it. As opposed to waiting for the perfect moment. We saw that last week with the Astro Walls. As V Spicy at 7 HP gets a great pick on
Prestige had his knife out there, so.
Probably didn't know he was there.
Yeah, I think he probably thought he was saving or something like that, but hey, I like that play there from the Killjoy. Kind of just being like, hey, I'll wait here.
Just let the bomb go up. Probably the smart play by the Infernos.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great round. I think saving the weapons that Infernos could pick up there and just waiting for next round so that, their eco is a lot better for this round is a very good call. Landslides do have 3 ultimates up this round. They do have the Seekers, the Hunter's Fury, and they have the Jet Knives. Which Jet hasn't used it yet.
No, Jet has not. You're right. That's the 3rd Seekers for Prestige, and we're on round 8.
And that's the thing, though, is Prestige is getting kills, but it seems like he's getting ult orbs as well, and I think ult orbs are very important for this reason alone. Getting that many ults, especially Seekers, is just so much value in terms of the game. Oh, great smoke there. I like that.
I've got your trail.
There, the Seekers are coming out. It seems like they're focusing more towards that B. You gotta pick 1 for 1. Do have numbers now.
Do you think there is an op down mid for the Infernos? I believe Froyo had one. So Jet, Spin It might be coming through mid with an op.
Oh, he does have the Vandal. He's got to kill in the top right there.
I thought there was an op on the field.
It kind of sounded like it. Oh. Well, can't go through there.
Get the plant down. I mean,
imagine you can detonate recon drone.
Did you just grab the op?
Oh, it was a Marshall. I think it was a Marshall mid.
I thought there was an op for some reason. I swore I saw an op picture. Maybe I'm just hallucinating. Maybe I just want it to be the op.
Hey, yeah, it's true. That's true. I mean, Spin It does use that that Marshall kind of like an op sometimes, I will say.
Do you just save here if you're vibing?
Yeah.
I mean, you go down 7-1, which doesn't feel great, but you're not winning a 1v3, it feels like.
I say, might as well at this point. They saved 2 last round, so they have enough for basically those 2 to save up for it. So him saving that extra Vandal should be able for them to buy next round, right? So I think that's what they're going for.
I mean, Landslides took a week off, though, and I mean, they haven't missed a beat. Previous Rumble champions, I mean, it is Ascent, which is the Landslide's best map. It's going to be 7-1 here. Not over, but it's 7-1.
It seems like they might have took a week off, but it seems like they're well practiced, right? Because I think last time you said they were looking at the A-Rush and stuff like that, but right now they're playing some calm, cool collective. I think they're playing some tactical play here. They're playing some A's, playing some B's, they're playing some splits, they're playing that mid, and I think overall it's they're looking great.
Yeah, we're going to timeout called by the Infernos. Don't know if it's just a tactical timeout. 7-1, you can't argue with that. Do think there is an op this round. I did see Mr. Memphi picked up an op, so definitely something we'll have to keep an eye on. But I think the Landslides, he said, they've been well practiced. They've really played their game plan, which has been feed Prestige alt orbs, get Prestige ahead, and just use those Seekers to dominate. I mean, 3 ults in 8 rounds is absolutely insane. Yeah, and I think Prestige is doing a great job of getting those entry frags in for his team. You know, with the flashes and nonstop, always looking. And not only is he flashing though, he's flashing with his team, right? He's enabling his team rather than just having a
a solo flash, then lose, like, you know, having that 1v1. He's flashing as they're pushing, and it makes it very hard for them to react to those plays. And I think that's the biggest difference in terms of this guy.
They're going to go A once again. Oh, nearly take out Vipers there.
They do have Hunter's Fury up for landslides. They're just sending the dog in, looks for some recon here.
Memphi's holding down that mid with an op. Did scare Froyo off.
There's the op. Seems like Infernos are still kind of playing towards that mid B now, though.
Oh, Froyo's got to be careful. He knows there's an op in mid. Spinet's also potentially going to peek this.
If he has the short angle, it makes it really hard for them to actually push through Cat, so I hope he kind of holds this angle here. Did you hear the Jet dash?
Looks like.
But I think Spinet dashed the other way. I think he was like dashing towards A this time.
Yep.
Seems like Zed Evan is holding this mid.
Is Zed Evans now tasked to hold this mid? I'm assuming they want Memphi to get an op shot up on Heaven. Nobody's there, though.
Yeah, they used a lot of utility at the very beginning of the round. They're probably just going to go on this recon dart and then go from there. Okay, they did shoot, so they get some information out here. They are taking sight.
Only get one.
The very last take, too, that's kind of crazy. Oh, Spinnet really held that angle. I do like that. Just holding that angle as long as it takes. Prestige getting 2 kills directly after that, though. This guy is looking very good today.
Froyo did get a nice pick onto Memphi with the op.
Oh, nice divide here.
Oh, I like that Astro Wall.
Great shot from Froyo. Looking for 2. Seems like they do get it. It's 1 for 2 here.
It is Prestige, though. He's on the other side of that wall.
Nice. That was it.
It was a great fake.
I would say that was a great Astro Wall, too.
Yep.
That's the one thing that we kind of saw last week where people kind of hesitating on the Astro Wall. How do we use it, or do we use it? I think right there is a perfect example of, hey, we're going to split this site so you guys can't stay there, and we're going to go through Heaven together with that only one side open.
They also had the great fake defuse here by Ray. I feel like Prestige probably could have waited. As soon as he heard the defuse, he tried to peek. I don't know if he forgot it was a 1v2, but he hears the defuse and just peeks into 2.
I think he was maybe just looking for a timing thing where it's like, you know, you hear someone defusing and then you try to get the 1-for-1 and then go from there, right? So
Fair enough.
that's what they were thinking, at least, you know.
Who are they going to give the op to? I believe Spinnet has the op for the Infernos.
You always know my opinion on ops. Should always be going to the Jet.
Now it's on the Jet, and they...
Oh, nice pick there. On the Prestige, nonetheless, too. That's a great pick at the beginning of the round.
Does look like both the Jets are actually also going to pop their knives.
Well, 1-for-1 right there. But it's holding this angle.
Spike down mid.
They don't really have any smokes unless they have the Astra go up here, but they're holding the angle.
Oh, Memphi could have... Oh, this could
Nice.
be huge. I don't know if Spinnet knows he's...
Oh.
That was a lot of knives.
Oh, looks like Spinet's right click was a little better there.
I've not seen that many knives miss in a long time.
You know, that's just the classic Jet v Jet.
Does Snazzy hold here? Is there any reason for Snazzy to look for a kill in a 1v3, especially with an op holding mid?
I mean, I guess it depends on their eco, right? Oh.
I have the spike.
Okay. He does get bomb. Honestly, they're like, I will say, Infernos are split up like 3 sites here. They got one kind of A side, 1 mid, and 1 B. If they do get 1 pick, they can at least make it into somewhat of a winnable round because they do have the Hunter's Fury available.
So they paid out a full A rotation with a great recon dart.
Okay.
They might get a solid 1v1 here on the Killjoy.
He could have a peek at the right time. Ooh, that was very close to having that peek.
Now, this is about to be very disastrous.
That's tragic.
About to have an op in your face.
Nice shot. Only problem is not enough time. I think now at this point you just gotta try to save.
Oh, if he peeks this corner, I mean he can't win the round, but he can do some serious damage.
The
But
Viper says, nope, not today.
so you deny the op potentially.
The one thing I will say is the Hunter's Fury has been up a long time on this land sides. I at that point I think one thing I kind of liked is what people will do with Sova ults is they'll just kind of look for a cheese kill at the beginning of the round. Basically, as soon as the round starts, you know it's certain where people can spawn with that, you know, the invisible wall or something like that that stops you. You just basically rip off, you know, off that. And especially on Ascent there, you can look for the A corner, and you can also get the mid corner from that too. So something like that I think could be good, but maybe they're saving it for some specific scenario.
No, I agree. I think you just rip it mid. You know spin it's there. You
Oh, yeah,
assume he's there at least with the op because you didn't take him out. I just like you rip it mid, try and take out spin it. Feels like that would be the best play because you don't really have a way to stop this op right now outside of your jet smoke.
I think Landsides are going to do the BTAC again with the Killjoy Seekers combo. And honestly, I think you can even do Hunter's Fury at the same time. Because you could probably your recon dart's probably not going to get destroyed if you use it after those two. So that's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing Landslide's going to do the same thing they did last time with this combo, and it does a really good job.
It does look like we have a pause put in here.
It does seem that way.
No, I agree. I think that has to be what they're tuning up for because it has not been. That was probably like one of the last few times they really dominated a round, especially maybe do that and you trying to Hunter's Fury mid as they're running out of B potentially.
I mean, honestly, you can even take it for defense this time, I think. Lantern's like post plant.
Especially if you get an early pick onto Froyo. You see he does have the Empress available. Nothing else too close to being online. Maybe V-Spicy gets a couple kills, gets a defensive Killjoy ult. But I would assume everyone else is just going to shift theirs next round.
Yep, and I think especially these are 2 rounds that are very important for Inferno. If they win these next 2, it's 7-5, and that looks, you know, a lot better than 9-3. So.
I've got your trail.
Well,
Okay, there's the Seekers, yeah.
We get the Killjoy ult as well.
Yep. Here comes there to take the site now. They're very wary of this the Molly this time, it seems.
Yeah, they're a little bit more expecting of the Molly.
Oh, nice
Great
pick
pick on
there.
the
Might be.
Vipers.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Spicy did get caught up in the Killjoy ult and got disabled there.
They get the Empress pop from Froyo. Very reactive. Spike's already down. You've got the op spam from mid
They only
there.
have a quarter left there, so they don't have much time to get the value of this. It's probably to run out before they actually get. Yep.
They're not even gonna get. They're not even gonna see a single person.
It is a 4v3. They are very lit on the side of Landslide, so I think they can take this. They got a lot of utility left, especially Asterisk. Great. Take them, spin it.
Oh, Memphi gets one back onto Froyo. Does a decent chunk of damage to spin it as well.
Nice. You just got to go at this point. They don't have much time. Killjoy is lit, though. They just need a couple spots and then hold it and stick it. Yep. Great round. That was a fantastic job from Infernos, playing together as a team, not being too impatient, you know, not like letting the 1v1s happen or the 1v2 scenario. They're working together as a team. Spin It doing a fantastic job on the ops, getting those multiple picks there from Inferno side. And that's a very big round to win, especially since, you know, now if they win this round, they have momentum going into the second half.
Yeah, and the pistol round is a round that we talked about the Landsides usually struggle with. Not tonight, but it's a round they've routinely struggled with. You could go from 7-3 to 7-7 in a heartbeat. Really 7-1 to 7-3 in a heartbeat. 7-7 in a heartbeat, depending on how this goes, as you said, the last round.
Yep.
And yeah, the Hunter's Fury, we just have not seen it. I feel like you probably should just comboed it there, launched it towards the market, and see if you got a pick onto spin it, because he dominated with that on the regain. Yeah,
that does seem to be the case here, but we are going to see the A take. Seems like what they're comfortable with. The Spin It just winning the Memphi. Spin It is playing really well with this op right now. I think they're to keep.
I don't know what Memphi had. I don't know why you.
I think he just had a Vandal.
Ego challenge. I mean, you knew Spin was going to be there.
Oh,
that's a great pick from Prestige.
Yeah,
though.
great shot from Prestige there, even while getting sucked in from Astra.
Full A rotation out. Prestige just wants to jam the spike down.
Spin It taking a very wide angle here, but since he's Jet, he can take this angle with knowing the dash. Spin It right there. They do trade 1-for-1 though, so not too bad. They do get Spin It down. They have a 3v3 scenario here with Hunter's Fury up. It seems like they are playing back for the ult this time.
Ooh, great pick by Zed Evans onto Viper, who's peeking him out. They trade 1-for-1. I think you just got to launch the Hunter's
He does have
Fury.
ult though, so you just got to rip it.
Or maybe you rip it now. Oh, great job by Prestige.
I would say great job knowing what's going on there. Granted, if he does,
At least we got the ult.
yeah, he was on his teammate there. The one thing that was also though is if KJ does get that ult off, they do have the Hunter's Fury to counter.
I assume that's what he was saving it for. Was trying to get the Hunter's Fury down on the KJ ult as soon as they heard it coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would have had much info on where
No,
KJ
right there
was,
for sure. Yeah, I agree.
But no, I think that's what they were doing. Now, Spin It play great. You see 15 and 10,
That
most
op.
kills in the lobby. And I mean, he's kind of taking that op title away. We haven't seen Mr. Memphi do too much with it, but I know in the summer, Mr. Memphi was the op king. Great job by Spin It. I feel like maybe the ego kind of challenged Mr. Memphi there. I don't know why you'd peek mid with a Vandal knowing someone has an op. But
hey, sometimes, you know, you're feeling it, but sometimes it doesn't matter.
Sometimes you're just feeling yourself that time.
Yeah.
Not
so, I think Inferno's last time, actually, I don't know if I've seen Inferno's on Ascent, but I think right here, if they can do a similar thing where they can get that mid control and look for this A, but it seems like Landslides are playing very aggressive on that catwalk there.
I'm surprised we're not going to see a flank come out from the Landslides through spawn as we get a bunch of great flashes coming out. Ton of damage. Prestige gets taken out. Mr. Memphi's
there we
Zed
go.
Just like that, you get the first blood, and all of a sudden, you lose the round.
Yeah.
That went from one pick to dead in just a snap.
I think Prestige did a great job of getting that dog to show, hey, they're all there, and then nice flash after. And granted, they got picked right away, but they had the team coming in and did a great job of holding that A site.
They lived for a decently long period of time in a 1v5, I will say.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like you blinked and everyone was down there.
Ooh, get the Marshal coming out here from Prestige.
Now, do you think Landslides will do the same thing Inferno did to them?
No, I think they should, but no. Not when you're ahead.
Yeah, that's true.
If they had lost that round, I would assume they would fully.
Snazzy's got some shock dart lineups here, I think.
Didn't land it on anyone. Didn't see where it landed. I like this mid control.
Yeah, I like that push there to say, you know, just wait for them, because at this point, you know, they're probably have to push somewhere. And they're most likely to be together. So hopefully they can check their corners, you know?
V-Spicy has an idea that someone's there, or at least is trying to check the corner. He didn't see him, though.
It's great smoke there from Zed Evan.
I like that aggressive placement from Mr. Memphi as well. Right past A.
They are truly knowing that they are at a gun advantage here. So I like this play of playing slow and just kind of waiting for what they're doing, because they know they're not out of sight yet. Granted, they don't really know that they're going A, and it seems like, but Jet is in the corner there, so they have a good little flank angle. Does push out.
Jet's gonna push right into.
Oh!
They knew Jet was there, unfortunately.
Did Memphi not have any armor or upgraded? I'm guessing.
Don't think so.
It seems like he's saving for an op.
Yeah, he was most likely saving for an op. Zed Evan gets a great two-piece there from that hiding spot before Froyo takes him out.
I'm surprised they didn't push onto aid side there. They did have the pick. Ooh, nice pick there again. They do have the Marshal here. Froyo is going on to B site with artificial armor. Does get the kill. Has 5. Oh. Well, he has a judge. Oh my gosh.
Don't know if there's any way Vipers can win this. That was aggressive peek by Solik.
Honestly, that's a great round from Infernos. They didn't have a buy. They full saved, and they got 3 of them down. So I think that was a great job.
Yeah, I think the only thing that stopped them from pushing A is Froyo had the spike the whole time and would just not have been able to get there because Zed Evan did a great job holding that mid.
I think the pick was pretty funny. You know, Memphi tried to peek that with just a classic no armor and did pay the price for that. But
hey,
it seems like he does got the op now, so I think that's really what that matters. The only kind of weird thing about this though is Landslides is kind of half and half buys wise, right? You have an op, but you also have it with like a Spectre and a Judge and stuff like that, rather than like a full set of weapons.
Zed Evans also smoked off the angle that Memphi wanted to op, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, it might have been a miscommunication there for sure. Or they were like, Spence playing pretty well. And nice pick there going on. They do have a lot here with this Judge.
I don't think they have any idea of who's there. Oh, they push him 3 heavy, though.
Great intro there. I like that mid play into this B. It's very hard to defend that angle with the market, especially once you get a hold of it.
Blocking vision.
Prestige and Memphi, though, on the push. Memphi with an op.
I think they're going to try to save the op.
Yeah, you have to try and save the op. Maybe you get a peek from this Empress with Froyo and get at least 1 pick, but
I think they need the econ. They can afford to really, if you're Infernos here, you really don't want to lose anyone at this point, because if you win this round with 5 alive, that really does wonders for your eco.
As I say, Ray is right behind
flank.
Memphi. Had no idea he was there. Prestige, do you get back for the op, or do you just hand it over?
Seems like you probably just hand it over. They do have a Spectre, though, so, and they most likely are upgrading next round. So my thing is just go for it, you know.
Well, they're going to get a great peek here.
Oh.
Be spicy, fantastic crosshair placement. Yeah,
Coming back.
I think that the landslides just kind of lost track of numbers because they had no idea Astra was behind Memphi and got just a free pick.
And that kind of comes back to what I was talking about, though, with the op buy. It was kind of out of place that round. I think if you're Memphi, you just do a small buy to have enough for that op this round rather than last round. Just because like you're splitting your buys now, and so now Memphi is basically has no credits, whereas his team has enough to upgrade to weapons. But now they're probably just going to save, or he's going to have a different buy, right?
They also give that op over to Spin It, who we've seen
Tearing it up.
exactly. I'd hate to be Zed Evan in that mid now. They're just kind of chill mid. Nobody's going to challenge. Hopefully no one challenges from the landslides because you have to know they have an op.
But the best way to do that is with smokes, indeed. Smokes, you can play the angles you want. Memphi is kind of, I'll say, he was kind of playing a little out there, but it seems like he is holding this corner now.
Going to be outgunned by Froyo, but one headshot with the Sheriff will change all that. Oh, there's Zed Evan. Wow.
That was a little spooky.
Actually, I think, yeah, Solix and Zed Evan are holding mid. Very aggressive angles.
A lot of this classic confidence.
Oh, there's
Ooh.
Froyo.
Oh,
Memphi
wow.
and
Prestige is just...
One enemy remaining.
It's all up to Spin It with that op.
Time to get that op back. So now, let's see if Memphi's ready for the op this time.
And that was just a great play. We didn't see how Memphi got the kill in mid, but he just held down that aggressive angle. Actually retreated a little bit. I think Froyo just peeks him, and Memphi gets a headshot. And Prestige with a great hold.
Yeah, I think it's a quick headshot there from Memphi and then dash out, and then Prestige just holds the angle as they try to find the Jets. I think that was fantastic. That's a big round. It is, you know, pretty favorable in landslides, but if they lose that round, Inferno's momentum can be a problem there. So that's a big round there, and now I see two. Oh, the Odin coming out from Vipers here.
Yeah, the knives do come out for Spin It now that he's lost that. Oh, great recon dart there.
Oh, you just see him back, though. So he decides not to spray. Doesn't want to know that he has the Odin yet. Maybe. The Guardian's still going out there, so they're loving this Guardian.
Memphi's expecting a very heavy flank. He's got Froyo on the other side of that smoke. Spin It wants to push through into that B site with his knives out.
Yep.
He's taking a
Spin
small
does.
chunk of damage.
And the one thing I kind of don't mind here, yeah, is this crazy intro here. I really am a fan of plays like this. Gets a great right click. Wow. That second right click on the Killjoy is quite far, so that was a great job there from intro.
He's only at 9 HP.
Spike
That's
planted.
enough. You get the spike
Yeah,
down.
saying Spin It is just going crazy. But that's how you got to play, man. I think that's what Jets do best, is just...
We've seen that a lot of esports
Yeah.
now. They just YOLO in with a dash.
Hey, if you don't get him, you're at least distracting him, right?
True. They still have the knives as well. Memphi needs
Oh! That was a great shot there through the wall. Just a good spray shot. Yeah, say Spin It was very low. They do have a 2v2 now.
It's all up to this Killjoy.
And
hanging
just
out
sitting
photo.
through. Oh, great job playing the both angles right there. Landslide's doing fantastic job of communication. They seem to never leave a full open in terms of these rounds that they absolutely should win, that they have the advantage for, right? Memphi, just great job spraying through that.
Match point.
You know, you can shoot through that wall, so I think that's a great job. You just want to spray through those
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's a great wall breaking. Yeah, as you said right here, this is something we talk about all the time. We saw Inferno struggle with this. Don't give them a 1v2 that turns into a one-on-one. Just push them together, and there's really nothing they can do.
Exactly. You play two different angles, and it's very hard, where it's going to be 100% on you if you lose that, whereas, you know, a 1v1 scenario is definitely not ideal. I think landslides have shown out through this match that a lot of the big rounds they've won are due to them taking advantage of those numbers.
Yep.
And I think that just shows how important to win those rounds are. I do like this play for Prestige here. They just do go 1-for-1 there, though.
Who has the op if Memphi handed it away? Oh, it's
Prestige.
This is going to be a fun little peek.
Which is interesting, because I think Sky's kit is not necessarily fitted for that, because you're flashing for people and you're looking to flash and peek.
Yeah.
Whereas the op takes too long to pull out. So.
Well, I think they wanted to get aggressive with Memphi. So, I mean, who would you have given the op to knowing that Memphi didn't want it? I mean, I know you say you always went on your jet, But they
Yeah.
wanted that flash into a Vandal spray.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess to that point, yeah, that is true.
I think they should have just kept it on Memphis, but I
Yeah.
like the play, especially on match point when you know you still have a lot of rounds to give. You try and flash them out of A. Oh, what a huge flank by Solix. We talked about it. It took him a while to get going, but that almost feels like the round clincher right there. And the Killjoy ult to force him out.
Okay, well, they do end up getting it, but I do like that. I like that try right there.
That's an aggressive play by the Landslides.
Does get 2.
Ooh, Snazzy's in a great little spot. I think he's a
30
little bit
seconds
slow.
left.
They
The
are
thing is here is they have 25 seconds to get to that site. They also have Brimstone ult.
Yep.
So they can actually just straight up Brimstone ult to delay them, or else they're just going to die with the bomb. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about here. He's just going to hold it out, wait for the plant, because he knows they're going B now. And as soon as he starts planting, guess what? It's coming down.
10 seconds
I actually think they
left.
just win here.
There's the plant.
Yep.
There's the Brimstone ult. Yeah, they just win.
Oh, no, he got off the time. He got off the time.
Spike planted.
Barely.
So now they do have a 3v2 here. Let's see how they play as a team. They did light him up a little bit. Oh, nice shot set him here.
Froyo, he's got the Empress.
Yes, it doesn't Empress. This is very doable.
You got to push them together. Oh, never mind. Just op him from downtown.
Proceed to the Agnoptu. But that was fantastic. Brimstone ult, they got the plant down, but I think overall this was a fantastic game. Granted, once again, the scores does not really reflect that it was a good game, but I think there was a lot of very close rounds where, you know, one little thing ends up making the round a difference. So
No, I don't think the Infernos can be at all, disappointed in that result, because, I mean, they won last week, but they went up against the best. That's just an awful draw. Whoever designed this tournament, I'd like to have a word with you. How could you have the two champions taking on each other in the first round? But it is a matchup that I really wanted to see, so I am happy on that front. Well, going at it alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. We saw that with the Landslides consistently, using that 2-on-1 advantage to absolutely dominate defensively. We can see how talented they are. The Esports Tower really takes time to create teams of well-matched teammates. The Landslides are a perfect example of that. They have still never lost a Rumble event. Infernos gave them a run for their money, but couldn't quite get it done. I'd like to give a shout out to the coaches. If you're watching, you haven't checked out Esports Tower Clubs yet, you should. It is the fast track to rank up. So we now know, as we take a look at our bracket here, that the Landslides are going to advance that first semifinal. We will see who is going to be taking them on, as we will have both our semifinals games set up next week's All Grand Finals matchup. And it will be the Monsoons, who we saw last week as Monsoons Red and Blue. They've come together, combined forces. I don't know if that's going to be enough, though, Red Hawks, because the Landslides, we just saw what they did to the Infernos. I think they're clicking on all cylinders. They want another grand final appearance.
yeah, I mean, it seems that Landslides might have took a week off, but it seems that they were definitely practicing in some capacity, because they had some fantastic attack sides with the Seekers and the KJ ult and Sync. They had the mid pushes, they had the B pushes, the mid A pushes, and I think, once again, like I said, I can't get over their communication. They did not allow themselves to get those bad 1v2s that turns into 1v1, 1v1. They made sure that they always use the numbers advantage, and it just showed in that game.
Yeah, you got to watch out for Prestige as well for the Monsoons. He's going to be a tough person to take care of. I am excited for that second semifinal match. Tsunami and Quakes, both two new teams. One of them is going to make it to the grand finals. That'll be our final match of the night. But last week's champion already out. Landslides continue their Esports Tower domination. Can they make it to another grand final? We've got their semifinal match against the Monsoons, and it's coming up right after this break.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome back into the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. Continuing on with our Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We just saw the Landslides knock off last week's champ in the quarterfinals. After a 2-week break, they still look in their dominant form, and they're about to play the Monsoons in our first semifinal for a spot in the grand final. Fish and Red Hots here calling all of the action. And Red Hots, that was, I mean, what do you have to say for the Monsoons after what we just saw from the Landslides? I mean, watch out for Prestige. Menti was okay, but they had a couple of great in-sync ultimates as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is you just got to try to attack them when they kind of had those off-buy rounds. Like, you know, like I said, they had the bonus where Memphi went with the op, whereas they had a Judge, a Spectre, and guns that they had from the bonus beforehand. So I think you got to take advantage of that. But I think the biggest thing is what's going to take to beat them is not only individual skill, but team play. I think the biggest thing is Landslides do play very well to each other, whereas, you know, you could have a great individual play, but the thing is you got to make sure that you play together with that individuals to make it count.
Well, before we do get into this match, we do want to have a moment to shout out all the previous members of the Esports Tower clubs who have graduated and have been offered scholarships across the country over the last 3 months. Esports Tower club members have received over $1.2 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but have also worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. We could not be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities these players are getting, and cannot wait to see and keep track of them through their collegiate career, because it has been a ton of fun casting some of their events. You see the amount of money that these players have been awarded, and let me tell you, when these Landslide players graduate, which could be in a few years, that money is going to be there, because this team is absolutely insane. But watch out for the Infernos. I know the Monsoons have a couple of good players as well. So as we said, huge congratulations to all the players who got that $1.2 million in scholarships offered to them. But we are getting ready to go here with our first semifinal of the night. It is Landslides and Monsoons. But before we get into this, of course, we have to give them Doc's keys to the game, because you need something to be able to defeat the Landslides. They absolutely dominated our last week's champion, the Infernos. And here are Doc's keys. They are focus on angles and flank, know your win condition, count cards and call abilities, and no enemy econ. It's all presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you ranked up. And Red Hots, I have to say, I mean, how do you expect a Sky to ult 3 times in 8 rounds? Is that even something you can even anticipate?
I mean, it just shows that ult orbs are a genuine valuable source that I think people don't take advantage of too much. Granted, they also were getting tons of kills on that Sky, but I would be surprised if we didn't see the Sky coming in again. I think, like I said, the value of Sky right now is just too much to not have on your team, in my opinion.
So we see here, looks like pretty much a very standard comp for the Landslides on the right. Prestige, we would assume, is going to lock in that Sky. I know Zed Evan is a big Cypher player, so happy to see him back on that Cypher. We saw him on that Brimstone on the last match.
Yeah, Cypher on Bind is just too good not to have, because they can just lock down those flanks that we talked about in market, and also just the B lockdown you can have with those traps is just too much.
Yeah, the only switch for the Landslides who are attacking first is Snazzy will go from the Sova to the Astra.
Which is interesting, because I think Sova does bring in a lot of resources on Bind with all the different lineups and stuff that Sova has in this map, but also at the same time, Astra provides the smokes in this map that can really basically hurt people on this map, in terms of you can have the suck-in at a choke point like in Hookah, and then you can have the smokes in Hookah as well from pretty far away, so I think those are pretty valuable.
What about the team comp here for the Monsoons on the left? Kind of, we know we don't see a Jet. We are going to get this last-second swap over to the Sage, but sort of untraditional.
Yeah, the Yoru on Bind. Yoru actually is very good on bind. You can do a lot of cool stuff with the fake TPs, with his with like the walking boots, and then his TP. You can throw your TP through the TP. You can throw your teleporter through the other teleporter to teleport back to it. But I think Yoru does a pretty good job. The thing is, though, I think it requires a lot of communication around his ult sometimes. His ult can be used as a very valuable scout tool. So I think that's pretty interesting. But we have pretty different comps here from both teams.
Yeah, it is a very interesting comp. The one thing that really sticks out to me is Maeve, who's one of the better players on the Monsoons, who's currently playing as the Killjoy, usually on like a Raze or a Jet, so it is a different play style for her, and I'll be very curious to see how that kind of works out for the team in more of that defender utility role of the Killjoy as opposed to the the Jet. You're opping, you're dashing around like we've seen every other Jet do so far.
Yeah, that's the one thing is both teams are actually just running with the one duelist. So attack power wise, they do have a lot less, like, I guess, solo attacks, but from that, they have a lot of utility they can use together. Memphi just going straight aggressive with it.
Dashing in with the frenzy.
And they're just going to take that. Wow. Seems like U-Haul is instantly taken. They do have the Sage Wall. Oh, great shot from Snazzy.
Sage Wall not enough. They're trying to get over to Planet. Snazzy in those bathrooms does get picked off with a nice shock dart there. Pebble also taking out Solix to not only take down the spike, but kind of even things out.
Yeah, they do have a 3v2 here now. Or sorry, 4v3. They really want this U-Haul, though. Oh. Ooh. The bird got stuck. Oh, nice shot there from Steege, taking another one down.
This is a one-on-one because May's still on B.
Yeah, they're holding it down. They do know Prestige is here in U-Haul.
So he gets a pick here. I mean, you can easily get the spike down.
He does see the Yoru TP that he's probably very cautious of. But Prestige is, once again, just not backing down from this U-Haul. They want to go through U-Haul. That is how they're taking the site. Now, the only problem is when you go behind Yoru, it seems like he does have the angle on Muffins here and does get it. Oh, man, that is tragic.
And they think Maeve's here. They're not going to get the spike down. Little do they know that Maeve is just now running over.
Yeah, maybe they thought that. My guess is they thought Prestige was rotating back, right? They wanted to make sure that they had the rotate.
Yep.
But I think at that point, if you have a 2v1, I think you just rotate together to play on the 1v2. But we do have a 1v1 scenario between Maeve and Prestige. Prestige does have no utility, but they do have a flash. Actually, in 1 second now, they do have a flash.
In this U-Haul, Maeve's going to go right through the U-Haul as well. They're actually behind Prestige. Prestige just hear him, though. There's the flash.
Oh!
Wow.
Maeve does get the round at last. It seems like you know what? Hey, works out.
Hey, even when you land the flash, you still got to hit a shot.
Yeah, that was. Wow.
Get another look at it here. We did not get Maeve's point of view to see what they could even see. The landslides are very aggressive. That is something we saw in the Infernos. They do not back down from a gunfight. Prestige thought he had the advantage and just unfortunately wasn't able to get it done.
I thought it was definitely over that flash, but it seems like I was absolutely wrong. At this point now, though, Monsoon's up 1-0. Landslide's obviously just going with the save here. They do have a couple sheriffs.
I'm curious if we'll see them do something kind of tricky like we saw in Furnace after they lost the pistol
The stack stuff, yeah. It seems like Monsoon is playing a standard default-esque thing here. They're just all going around. Butterfly knife was the best knife in the game.
Yep, he is not missing an opportunity to show it off. I don't know if Solix got the alt orb in Bath, though. Because if he did, that's a decent enough trade if you're on the landslides.
My guess is probably not, just because it was pretty fast in terms of the kill speed.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hello.
Goodbye. Oh, the bounce. If he didn't bounce, that would have been a direct hit.
So Pryor did not want to take that fight. He has him outgunned.
I think he just wants to wait for his team to show up there.
Oh, great job
Maybe
by
it's
Maeve.
2, just like that. See, that's what happens you get from waiting. I think the biggest thing is, I think Pryor did a great job there because you actually don't want to take that team fight because if, let's say he does take that, they have 2, he loses the Spectre, then they have 2 angles to come from though. They can go from Garden and they can go from U-Haul at the same, or Hookah at the same time. Whereas you just stay back. It's a great play. Have Maeve hold that hookah down, and then you have that garden locked down. So I think that was a great play.
Fantastic start for Maeve. 4-0. Should have the Killjoy here with one more kill, though. Defensively, Killjoy can be a bit tricky to pull off.
This is going to be a big round. Monsoons do have only the bonus right now, so they don't have full guns, whereas Landslides do have those Vandals and Phantoms. So, and they have the Seekers ready to go.
I would assume the Seekers will come out here once they have an idea of where they want to attack. They do take care of that recon. Oh, what?
Great shot from Snazzy.
And that's why you don't pick, right? He thought it was just a Killjoy and gets picked off by Snazzy.
Yep.
So you've proven right one round later. This is why we should not listen to me. I'm just all hold W.
Maven's kind of holding this down. It's going to be kind of hard due to they have a lot of numbers here. They probably should be going crazy. I like that play so much there. Using their utility to the fullest right there. That's a great job. Seekers are coming out, and they are taking the site on. They know no one's on site now. Snazzy. Oh, I thought Snazzy was about to just go right through that.
Oh, that's a nice teleport there by Pebble to at least avoid that doorway. Zed Evans going to get a huge flank.
Oh, nice shot. Wow. Okay. Landslide said we got guns now. We're ready to go.
This is peak Landslides, though. They lose the pistol round. When you lose the pistol round, the second round's really hard. And now they've taken complete control now that they have guns again.
Yep, I agree. And Landslides played that very well. Played it slow. The one thing I did like was the kind of the bait on the silver to Prior, right?
Yep.
They thought there was just one, saw the droned it, and then peeked it, and Snazzy was right there, ready to just take the headshot and go to on site. Seeker's down now, but they do have Astrowall. I'd love to see some pretty creative use of Astrowall. I feel like I haven't seen too many Astrowalls to know kind of what's considered like a good Astrowall, right? Comparatively to just throwing it out there.
Memphis gets a great first pick onto Matrix as well. Shows off the butterfly knife in the process.
Oh, I like that. The double shock dart setups. That was almost very close to getting at least one right there. If Zed's intuition didn't just say, hey, press S key, then I probably would have been dead.
The recon does come out.
Yep. They do have Killjoy ult on Monsoons here on Maeve. Now, does she use that right now, or is she going to use that next round? We'll see.
Feels like you most likely want to use this round as the plant does go down. Allows for a pretty easy retake.
Yoru flash. Great flash, but they have too many angles for them to hold.
Oh, Zed Evans. Now you don't want to use it. Oh, great one pick from Maeve there, but you're not winning 1v3.
Yeah, I mean, Landslides is doing a great job of attacking. They are just really locking down this B site with either always starting off with at least one pick, and then they are using full utility and committing. I think that's a really good job there to do on B. Especially against a no Cypher. I think no Cypher in this map allows people to just retake B, or take B, I should say, in a very aggressive way. Comparatively, if they do have Cypher, you have to slow it down because of all the traps, his cameras, his angles, his smokes, all the above.
I want to say we saw that a couple weeks ago. It might have even been Zed Evan, who just absolutely shut down a B site on Bind with Cypher.
Yeah, I could definitely see that in the making. They are now saving, so the thing is Landside's got to be careful here about entering. They do get a pick off. Memphis getting another pick on the Omen there.
I'd like to just see the aggressive.
Man, they're just taking these sites. They know they have the gun advantage, and they are not playing.
The rotation. Prior's going to be up in heaven. It's all up to him. He doesn't even get a chance to peek the corner.
Ooh, two flawlesses back-to-back here. It seems like Landslides is getting momentum for this game. One thing there is Monsoons did save, so I think Monsoons, this is going to be a big round to take. If they don't take this next round, I really do think Landslides are going to snowball out of control.
And I want to see this aggressive ult usage for both sides. I'd love to see if they push B, Maeve immediately throwing that Killjoy ult down. And if the Landslides get another quick pick on either A or B, I want to see Zed Evan just use that Neural Theft, just allow you to snowball. I think those are the two ults that we've kind of seen held a lot. I mean, the Astro we haven't seen either, but I mean, I don't even know where you would put it if you're Snazzy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely kind of a hard map to use it on. Besides, I think A is probably the most useful for it, but...
Especially when your team's dominating the way they are. You just be helping the other team if you Astro Wall anything, really.
Prior got caught slipping right there. He, okay, turns out it was reversed right there, and it happened. The same thing happened to...
Muffin's playing the Uno reverse card.
I see you have your utility out as well. Oh, nice shot from Maeve. Oh, there's the Astrowall. I like this Astrowall. The only problem is they're kind of playing a little bit of Cat and mouse. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted.
Down B.
It's all up to Mr. Memphi.
Oh.
He doesn't even stand a chance.
And that's what I was talking about. I think that's a big round from Monsoons right there. If they lose that round, they actually, like, their econ overall is pretty down. But overall, the wall was pretty good there. I just think they just didn't use it together rather than.
I feel like as soon as the spike went down, they lost 2 in hookah and they walled. They probably should just grab spike and gone back
that's
to
it. They had spike stuck. I think that's why.
Yeah,
okay.
they did. They had spike stuck in hookah.
Okay.
But I feel like they could have just turned and gone to A at that point. Because Maeve just 1v5'd them on B.
It's true. A lot of things, but let's see how they take it from now. Oh, that's interesting. I like that attempt right there. The recon darts straight into the ult, so if you do see them, you can just instantly rip it out.
That's what you were asking for last game.
Oh, nice movement there from Solex.
Ooh, might.
Sick. Oh, nice shot.
Right as the Seekers come out. There's an attacker Killjoy coming down, though.
Does TP back. They are going to have to wait for Yoru. Yoru does have ult. He does get a lot of movement speed from his ult. Great flank right there. They do 1-for-1. They do have 2 Killjoy ults coming out. Oh! Maeve is just hitting these shots, just doing an incredible job with the crosshair placement. They do have Yoru ult, but just running out.
Ooh. Zed Evans can get a pick. He has the neural theft. Maeve's
nice
going
flash.
Are they going to stick it? Looks like it.
1 enemy remaining.
Wow.
Oh, you didn't get off in time, though.
Yeah, great. Way to just stick it. I like that. Calling the bluff of just throwing 2 flashes in there from Yoru, just kind of, you know, stalling out for time and then just holding that spike down.
Yeah, that was a...
I will say Maeve had some fantastic shots going up from that heaven. I mean, just 2 1-taps right there just to really secure the round. And Yoru just making sure that he stalls right there for the time. And does not get time.
Barely.
Yeah, I say just barely. If they would have stalled, I mean, stopped for at least a second or even, you know, a little quarter of a second or anything like that, it'd probably been gone.
Well, they were using all their utilities at Bath. I feel like Zed Evans going to maybe snuck over there a bit quicker.
It's like a flank turret right there. Do you see that? That was interesting. Ooh, operator is out. Nice shot. Prestige counter ops. It says, nah, I got one too.
The sky off is kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting.
Prestige has been on fire tonight.
Oh,
Mr.
for sure.
Memphi has, you know, he struggled a bit, so I do understand, hey, just let's keep you on the AR. Let's not get too creative.
Mumpins does have a good position here, but it seems they're just taking everyone out here leading up to him. Oh, interesting dash there from Memphi, but hey, worked out.
Take care. It's up to... Is it even... I guess since you have the Ares, it's not a huge loss. I was say, is it even worth pushing there?
Wait, where did... Where were they at? I guess they're just... Oh, they're on top of the center thing, the tube thing.
So was there 2 ops, or was that Prestige's op that we saw?
I think there was 2. There was definitely 2 ops, because...
Yeah, somebody almost opt Memphi on the peak.
I think Pryor had it, maybe?
They didn't pick it up, which is kind of interesting, or they picked it up and decided they didn't
want to double
Well, you only want
1 on attack.
Oh,
I think
you just YOLO the double up.
I definitely do not agree. I think 1 is more than enough, but so that's smart. She needs some pristine, because, you know, I'm not going to lie, you always have the people who are like, well, I can op right now. Like, just no, we can op. But Shelton's restraint right there. They are just taking this A.
Great first
they are just running out here, taking everything. And once again, the same exact thing happens for Solex?
Yep.
Solex, yeah. Just jumping over that wall and just holding forward.
Muffins does take care of the tripwire. Maeve's going to have to also get around back to A, but you are hard-pressed to try and find a 5v2.
Nice flashes, but I think they have the whole squad there ready to go.
You're going to need a crazy share of headshot.
They're pushing them too. Yep.
Well, give them the ace.
The only thing is I don't know where Maeve is right now.
Maeve is coming from spawn.
Flash themselves. All right, guys, coast is clear. Maeve is coming onto site now.
The classic.
Maybe they can get a right click here.
There it is.
With the Zed finisher fitting.
Solis's movement on that A side have been.
Oh, I mean,
Impressive.
The one thing, though, is I think the Sage Wall should be moved knowing that they can do that, because now you're giving them an opportunity to get a different angle rather than just having the one angle.
And the problem is the Sage has usually been on the receiving end of that angle.
Which, I mean, the nice thing is the Sage Wall is good back there more so instead of right in A short, just because if they're in A short, they can just shoot it right away, and then your Sage Wall is useless.
Yep.
So I think that's good. It's just, I think you have just a little farther back. Maybe it's the same spot. Oh, I like this bait, though. I like this play.
Yeah, how about that? You just set up the Sage Wall. Muffins does get taken out.
They blinded the dog. Oh, imagine. Just no scope out there.
Matrix, you just got to commit to
I
this.
Say, you're waiting for it. Oh,
no,
there it is.
Ah,
I think it's fine.
1 for 1. You're still down.
Last player standing.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Great ult there.
I like just shipping the neural theft.
Yeah, I mean, I think whenever you get the chance, because a lot of times you don't get the chance to use his ult. If you think about it, Cypher is like one of the ults that it requires you to do something to use the ult.
And I think you use it to try and avoid what just happened, which is losing Prestige's gun.
Yeah.
Which they did end up grabbing the op back anyway.
I agree. I think Cypher ult, I mean, granted it's not one of the best ults in the game, only due to that reason where it requires a condition to be used, whereas basically everything else you can just kind of rip that off. That's the one that does kind of suck, but it does do a great job of just ripping to get that extra kill and secure the round. So.
It's like Sage is now rotated over to
it seems
B.
like they're just going to put it in hookah. Prior is now on A site. Sova on A site's pretty good. You do have your recon drone, your recon dart, and your shocks to at least stall them off there. So, and they don't see anyone. It seems like they're going hookah instead this time.
You have Memphi who's trying to hold down.
I mean, Prestige is just flashing for themselves with an op, which is interesting.
It's a very aggressive play. There's Memphi over in Bats getting a great
They
pick
also
out
are looking
of
at
the
every angles. If you didn't see that, they are ready for that. Ooh, close one there with the trade. They do have Killjoy coming out now.
Memphi took a lot of damage over.
Prestige is the one entering for these guys with an op right now. That is, he's going crazy right now with this stuff. Memphi does get a pick on a Matrix.
How he has 10 HP.
Well,
how did he get a pick?
Ooh, no, he healed up. Oh no, he didn't. He didn't. Now he's healing up. There it is.
Now he's getting healed up. Can't believe he got that pick. Maeve does get one back onto Snazzy though. Has the Killjoy ult, though I don't know if it's worth using.
So he just flashed his team there for sure. Oh.
Well, this is a scary spot if you're Prestige.
Just go for the different gun. Oh,
great flank by Zed.
Yeah, that was a great job. Honestly, that was kind of scary, though. It seemed like Prestige was throwing a flash out as his team was pushing. That's most likely not intentional, but that's what it ended up doing.
Yeah, we got a great look at it right here.
Yeah, he said, "Here you go, guys." And then watch. I like how it's like his point of view. Just like, oh, he's just flashing. The KJ turnaround was fantastic.
KJ's like, all right, I'll get flat. Oh, there's a guy there. I went a little bit too fast. I love how he's flash peeking with an op too. He's like, I don't care.
Like, of all people, Prestige has the op. And he's like, yeah, I'll peek, guys. Don't worry about it. Like,
guys,
all right.
I'll just run in there.
Yeah, for sure.
There's the knives from Memphi.
Oh, alarm bot goes off. They are vulnerable, but it seems like no one is there. Memphi has the knives out, but they're in bathrooms too. They have a good. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Omen's going to get a decent flank here. I don't think Prestige is going to be ready for the lurk. Never mind. He turns and flicks on him.
Now, if Astra gets a kill here, I think Astroball is really good in this scenario. But once again, if they do get the kill. Oh, they do have the Yoru. Does Yoru have TP up? If not, they could just run him down. Oh, Shazzy just running him down. He says, you're not getting away from me. Come here.
Get a res on a Prior, but unfortunately.
Oh, he wants the gun, but. Oh. Good shock dart here. They must be low. Oh. Wow. I'm honestly, Zed Evan going forward there. He didn't. He's like, all right, I'll keep going after you. I like Shazzy right there. Saw the Yoru, got a kill, went back to the Yoru bathrooms and killed him.
Yep. He's like, okay, I'll get that pick.
He's like, I don't think I forgot about you. And then just like went straight after him. So.
And that's the thing with we talk about all the time with the landslides in the summer. You know, most of these rosters, they have like 1 or 2 good top fraggers. I feel like anyone on the landslides, every single player has had like an insane pop-off round tonight from the 2 games we saw them.
I think they do a great job of enabling each other to do that as well.
Except Prestige. He also disables his own teammates.
Yeah, that last round, he's probably just like, hey, we're winning, so let's just throw that over there. And
yeah. Okay. Everybody has a positive KD on the landslides right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Also, the thing is like, even if you're not popping off, you not dying is Doing a great job, to be honest, I think. Especially on defense, right? So.
This is the pistol round, which is the round they struggle with the most consistently. Oh, they're going to go for a double.
Great smokes here. They're smoke walled up and go from there.
Snazzy and Memphi, though, are behind
I say, how
team.
did not one tripwire get hit right there? That's crazy to me. I think one did as soon as they got past, but... Ooh, that's great camera.
Oh, gets a great pick. They did lose Memphi, though. Oh, no.
One enemy remaining.
Wow.
That was a great double lurk that now leaves Muffins in a 1-on-3.
You're great flash there, but does not hit the shots, and they do play that together as 3. Landslides had a great retake there, just taking all the different angles. They had 2 coming from short, they had 2 coming from spawn, and they ended up winning the round because of that.
I don't know what happened because I feel like Maeve watched their teammate die and then didn't expect to get shot from that angle. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably one of those things where they're pushing both at the same time, so they're kind of playing for the angle that maybe they're going to push from the other side as soon as they get the pick there. So that's a hard scenario for sure.
Oh, yeah, not a spot you want to be in. Memphi this time not full equaling for the op. He will pick up the Marshall, though.
So the thing that's also interesting, though, is Monsoon's Red is it's kind of a hard team to attack with at the same time. They do have Omen utility, but the thing is Omen smokes are they cost a decent amount, and they take a long time to recharge. So,
nice jump
playing
peek.
with the jump peaks are great. Oh, they have an angle here. I'm guessing they're peek together. Just waiting for.
Yeah, they wanted that.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah, I think they wanted Snazzy to kind of be. That's a take. Your KD's gonna take a hit, so I can get a double moment. Nice flash.
I think they wanted them to keep waiting a little bit to try to get that, like, you know.
That double push.
Yeah, exactly. I like this. Utility looking around, does not see anything. But the joke's on them because they're coming through spawn this time. I wonder if they're going to rotate here.
I would assume.
I'm just saying because, they're coming on site now. Prestige didn't see them in garden here. But they do have the flash. Okay, they did have some shots. Okay, here it comes. Nice flash coming in.
Memphi's going to get the teleporter behind. I don't know. Oh, they did hear it.
They know there's one more in hookah.
Oh.
Great shot from Memphi.
Spike down B.
It's up to Muffins and B site. Oh, he's got a great flank.
I mean, that's hard because you know they're looking for you, and you can't really line up a good shot. So
he had a. If he gets a right click there, though, that was a totally different round. Especially if he could got one on Yazet Evan.
That's a moment where you definitely just kind of close your eyes and you press right click and you hope it just hits.
You hope you hear the kill sound. You're like, oh, good.
Yeah, the right click still for Classic is. I mean, granted, it used to be even more broken, but when you could just jump right click perfectly accurate. But is it a good spot now? Okay, they do have a full buy now coming here from Monsoons. The landslides kind of have this momentum coming in, so Monsoons definitely need to get a round off them, or at least have a very close round for the momentum coming in. Great start from the round, though. Give him to 31 HP. They do have Cypher traps all over. Zed Evan has the lineups ready to go and says, you are not allowed to enter there.
Spraying with that.
Zed Evan does this a lot with the Odin, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Where he just plays this angles where he just knows exactly where he's shooting even without the wall. Which I think is phenomenal because it's really hard for them to push through short with Zed Evan there.
Like, great, look at this prediction rotation. They already immediately send 3 to B for the landslides.
They know Zed can hold it down over there.
I think they actually left Solix over there.
Oh, they did, yeah.
And Prestige is going to rotate.
Oh, they are kind of rotating back, though. So it seems like they do have numbers advantage for this attack here. This is going to be pretty big. They need to make sure they don't trade any unnecessary picks. Oh, Zed Evan. He tears it up on the Odin, man. I mean.
Oh, my goodness. They got him trapped in hookah now.
I think it's a bind thing, though. You know, he's like, I only use my weapon on bind. Because like he's got all the lineups, he knows exactly where to spray through, and nothing's safe from Zed Evan on this map with the Odin.
I would love to have seen a damage done number for Zed Evan, because Zed Evan's the reason they're all so low.
Oh, he just
sprays through hookah and gets a double kill.
Yeah, I mean, it could even play in the factor from earlier where he's just spraying through that wall.
Yep. He got him all. He destroyed most of the armor on the A push.
Yeah.
Then killed him on the B push. 15-4.
I mean, man.
That is incredible.
I swear it's like training weights for him. Like, he you know, he's like, all right, I got to learn how to rifle. I got to learn how to rifle. Which he's good at still. I'm saying him and this Odin, he just slams on this thing.
We have Memphi with the op again in mid, which has been an adventure.
Ooh,
so
I like
far
this
today.
spot. He's playing very aggressive here with the op. Does get the kill. Oh, okay. Great TP there from Prestige to save the day. Because that spray was not looking like it was working out.
That was... Everything was perfect until they started shooting.
I think he was surprised they didn't see him.
That is totally fair. Yeah, we'll get another look at it.
I mean...
Great job there, and he's just like, oh, what, they don't see me?
And then I think Prestige shot through the smoke there, too.
Yeah, he saved...
Because the Omen smoke was there outside TP, it seemed like, so...
And then Memphi, I think, missed and ended up hitting Maeve to save Prestige.
Crazy round, but ended up. I mean, at this point, Landslides do have the upper hand here. Monsoons do have a full buy for this round, so they could end up bringing it back, but...
Oh, look at Prestige's aggressive placement.
One for one, that's not bad.
I was say you're thinking you go back and you just throw down a Killjoy.
I think Snazzy's a little trapped.
Yeah, Snazzy's... What is...
That Evan
Snazzy's
is ready, though.
trapped. Memphi's going to go for this crazy
Maeve is
flank.
going to go for the ult here. They knew it's coming.
Do you just retaliate with the defender Killjoy here?
Yeah, I'm guessing they're going to wait, though.
Oh, great
Oh,
revive.
nice. That's good revive. They do have a 5-4. Now the defender ult is going up. Oh, Maeve, great shot there. Honestly, that's a bold peek there.
Here we go. Knives to the teleporter.
They're stuck too, though. Oh, they know he's to the left.
That did not work.
Yeah, the tragic thing there was the knives went out after he killed him, so he did not get the reset.
Zed Evans has 2 HP in a dream.
He has an Odin, though.
I feel like you just hold here if you're
Oh,
Zed
he got rid.
Evans.
Oh, no, just kidding.
There's no reason you push this, right? Like,
why not?
Fair. He's gonna run right.
I mean, okay,
into
it shouldn't. You shouldn't, right? 12-4, but like, Landslides have won the past however many rounds and have so much money that it doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah, he pushed as the spike got planted and it got taken out with 2 HP.
All right, well, that's a good start for Monsoons Red to get them what they need to get back into this game here. I think Monsoon still has one more basically full buy ready because they have a lot of money. Oh, they still have like another basically round and a half. You got to win 2 rounds in a row here to really stomp their eco, which is a lot to ask for, but definitely doable.
They baited him on that TP play. They burned every ult that Landslides have.
They have 2 ults here, and Monsoons have 2 basically placement ults, so they can Yoru ult and they can Omen ult to try to get them out of position. Let's see if they end up using that in a offensive way or if they use that in more of a reactive way. Snazzy does have this corner here. Oh my god. Was that... We'll say that's planned.
That was a great play.
Oh,
There he is with
pop
the
out.
open. I don't know if he saw...
Ooh!
He tried.
Yeah, he did try,
That-
and it is looking like this is going to be the end of the game here coming in.
Great job by Solix.
I mean, overall, it looked like a great game in the beginning. It was right there, neck and neck, but it seemed like the Landslides did just end up taking the momentum with them and won it out.
Yeah, the Monsoons just couldn't put together enough consistent rounds, especially defending, I think is really where the game got out of hand. And then once you win the pistol round and you're already up, I think, 10-4 at that point, everything just kind of snowballs against you. Well, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights. With our featured Rumbles, recruiters are starting to take notice as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or to land a collegiate scholarship as we take a look at the bracket here. So we know the Landslides took a week off. Basically nothing changed there in the grand finals, looking incredibly strong in that. The Monsoons just did not have an answer. And the Monsoons are always, they're always the runner-up at any event. Because this is, I think, like the 5th or 6th straight week they've made it to the semifinals, just haven't been able to crack into the grand finals. But I'm excited for our next match. We saw the Infernos, new team last week, run the table, win it all. Tsunamis and Quakes are both new Red Hot, so we're guaranteed the Landslides are going to be taking on a completely new team in next week's grand final.
Yep, and we know Quakes did defeat the Blizzards before this, which were also the runner-up for the championship last week. So we do know that, hey, like Blizzards is no weak team by any means.
Yep.
And so we do know that they didn't win from there. Shows that this team's ready to go, I think.
Well, I think that is a great way to segue into it. Who's going to be joining the Landslides in our grand finals? Will it be the Quakes or the Tsunamis? We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with our third match, our last semifinal of the night. It's coming all up after this.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Back into the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, wrapping up this week's Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. Second time in a row, we're going to have a new team make it to our grand finals. Will it be the Quakes or the Tsunamis? We are about to find out as we are headed into our last semifinal of the night. It'll be back on Bind, so we don't really have to go anywhere. Fish and Red Hot still calling all of the action. These are two teams we haven't seen a lot about, as you did mention before we went to break there, Red Hots. The Quakes did take down the Blizzards, who were last week's runner-up, so might give them a small edge. But from what we just saw on Bind, I mean, what is the advice you can give to either of these teams going forward if they want to make the grand finals?
I think the biggest thing is comp-wise. We saw last game where they had the Cypher on the Landslides team, Monsoons didn't, and it kind of punished them on that B push. You saw Landslide just kind of take B by force every round. That was kind of hard to hold for them. Whereas when it turned around, the Landslides were holding that B site pretty well with the Cypher. And they also actually held it A with the Cypher, was pretty interesting with Zed Evans, Odin plays and traps and all that fun stuff. So I think those are pretty important. But I also think that, once again, I think Sky is always good no matter where you are.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we also just, I would expect us to see maybe a Jetta again. It just feels like that, especially if either of these teams want to opt. As we see, here's how our bracket has turned out. We watched the Landslides beat last week's champions, the Infernos. We just saw them then continue their run of domination with a very fast game over the Monsoons. Every single round was just insanely quick. So now I get a chance to look at our two new teams in this week's Rumble, the Tsunamis and the Quakes, both vying for a spot to take on the Landslides. Back on Bind. I'm excited for what I'm anticipating to be a close game. We have not seen these teams, so it should be nice to get a look at all of these players. We said Tsunamis and Quakes, and of course, we have to, even though they're new, we have to remind them of Doc's keys to the game to help one of these teams come out on top and make it to next week's all grand final show, which will be a ton of fun. Cannot wait to see. As we see here, it is focus, angles, and flank, know your win conditions, count cards, call abilities, and no enemy econ. It's all brought to you by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You can match with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. And I really want to see one of these teams be like the Landslides and just go on an absolute flanking rampage, because it is a ton of fun when you see somebody pull off a good flank.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I want to see is just what kind of uniqueness do these teams have, right? Because most teams kind of have an identity of what they do well and what they don't do well. So my thing is I want to see kind of what their strengths are this map and see if we see anything new that most teams haven't done yet.
Yeah, from what I have heard, the Tsunamis made very quick work of the Hurricanes in our first round as we hop right into this game, and they were a very aggressive team in that regard. Quakes had to beat the Blizzards to make it to the semifinals, and also have a very interesting team comp here. As so far, both these teams coming out with some interesting choices.
Yeah, they seems like Quakes do have the Sky, but they don't have a Cypher, whereas the Tsunamis did end up going with the Cypher. The Phoenix Rays is pretty interesting, rather than having that Jet there for that, duelist. But hey, Phoenix is a very, I don't know, I think he's like a very interesting duelist because he kind of has one of everything. But it's like almost kind of like a, if there's like a 1 through 5 system, he's kind of like an all 3 around the board. You know what I'm saying? Like his ult's very good. I think running back is definitely a really good thing of using utility. But I think everything else is kind of, you got to kind of make use of it in a different way, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do think the teams might be flopped. I think it is actually the Quakes that have the Rays and the Phoenix, so we will have to see there. But overall, fantastic, interesting, very interesting team comps. And I liked, as you said, the different team comps we're seeing from this team. And I like the Sky, though. I feel like the Sky, as long as you're not flashing your own team, is probably the strong choice, because if you get those Seekers early, and you don't need to do what Prestige did, which is like Seekers every 3 rounds. But if you get those Seekers early, that can easily win you a round if you are the Tsunamis.
Yeah, and also one thing I want to say is I like the Rays from each side. I think Rays on Bind is a fantastic agent. She has a lot of grenade spots that you can't really get out of. Her Roomba spots for the lineups. She can clear basically all of Hookah by herself with just a Rays bot. Her package, obviously in her ult and stuff. I think this is a very small corridor map in certain spots, so you can most likely always get picks during those. And we're back.
We are back. We see the Tsunamis are up 1, but a great pick there by Tabernakis. Able to put us on an even playing field. Oh, Phoenix at 5 HP.
I say there's a lot of people who are low right now. Since the last 2 people in Quakes are within 20 HP. Oh, nice shot there from Phoenix.
5 HP as
well. So
2v2.
Oh, very close to hitting that extra 1 tap.
Burkhan. He knows where they are.
Yeah, and he knows that one of them are at least lit.
Is he going to stick it? No.
Oh, does get 1, but close round there. Going down to the wire there. Seems like Kawara said not today.
That was an insanely fast-paced round as well.
Also, Vandal upgrade here. I'm not a fan of this buy, in my opinion. But if it does go well, it is huge. If you end up winning this round, you do have that Vandal for the next round, so your eco actually does end up stabilizing the long run if it works out well. But the biggest thing is if someone kind of cheeses you with a Sheriff 1-tap or a Shorty 1-tap, things can go pretty poorly for you.
It's definitely it definitely seems like the Tsunamis want to be very aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they do take care of
that. Yes, they are taking. Oh, he couldn't even run away in time.
Oh, Burkhan's got a great angle here, though.
Great grenade there to stall. All right, yep, does end up losing it, but I think they did a great job of getting some stall time in and at least getting 1 pick down for him.
Allows his team to rotate over towards that B side. They did get, at least 1 pick. That is huge for the Quakes. Oh, this is...
Yeah, this is kind of Not ideal.
Yeah, the shorty in a regain situation. I think you're trying to bait him. Yeah, you tried. They got jet low, but they were able to
You do a
dash out.
shorty, so you don't only have the range. You have a classic here. You just kind of go for it. You want to make sure that you end up dying in the round for the eco. But other than that, give it your all. Oh, close. Great flash there from Sky to take it in and win the round for him.
Well, speaking of Seekers, Sky already has their Seekers ready.
I mean, the thing is they changed Sky from a 7 to 6 point ultimate. And I think 6 with Sky is pretty crazy just because, I mean, with ult orb, that's one round and you get like a kill or so. I mean, you're just, and then obviously bomb as well. You're just basically getting your ult in absolutely no time at all.
Yeah, Tabernakis has had a couple of great picks on that Sky. Love to see him just jam at A here. We saw the landslides abuse that Sage Wall. If the Tsunamis can do that, this is easily going to be a quick round for them.
Yep, I hard agree here. It is now even up in terms of guns for the most part, so I guess we'll see how the Quakes do with a full gun by now, and they end up taking 2 right away. Seekers are coming out from bathrooms. I kind of like the split up here.
Oh, didn't see him. The Sage.
Okay.
Burkhan gets a great pick.
I'll say, yep. Ends up getting the pick here. They do know they're short. They do take TP, and it looks like they are rotating out. Raze is 1 away from ultimate here, so that's a big retake. Although Restro is still holding. Oh, nice shot there.
Omen's only got the classic, too.
Oh.
Gonna get picked off there by Willie.
Willie kind of coming in from behind there.
Like, okay, I'll take that.
Dink. I'll say Restro's crosshair placement in this Phoenix has been, from what we've seen so far, very well, yeah.
It's a great. Interesting you have a Phoenix solo holding here on B. That's kind of a very interesting play, but he did it perfectly.
Yep. I mean, I like this kind of holding down and then, yep, there we go. You have Willie kind of coming to sweep it up. So they have full guns and they kind of stomped that round. So now that there is a basically even advantage for this round coming in here, this would be a big round to kind of set the pace for the game.
Willie trying to get that camera down somewhere.
Yeah, you see always see these ciphers jumping.
Not a bad spot. Can't quite see them in hookah.
But he knows they come out of hookah.
And that's exactly where Killjoy is going to come out. Restro in a 1-on-2.
Restro is backing up here. Seems they are waiting for the team to come in. They do know they're all coming in here, split from hookah and garden.
Willie knows someone's in that smoke.
yeah.
I know someone's there. He just cannot take the shot. Oh, he did see that Raze, though, on the jump peak. I don't know if Raze saw him.
I think they might have saw the last second there, but they do know he's on site, so.
There's still 2 for the Quakes on A, which is kind of interesting. I think they've spotted all 5 here. Oh, that's aggressive peek from Willie.
Definitely peeking that with just no utility at all. Oh, nice shot there from Restro. Takes 2 down with him. They finally trade. They do have a 3v3 scenario here, but they do have to retake here with the smokes.
Ooh, Burkhan should get a huge flank on this Raze.
Yeah, I do like the elbow here.
Nobody's looking his way either. Tabernakis actually stopped the plant.
Ooh. Okay, wow, they just got all of them. He does have ult here. If he gets 1, he can have the showstopper to maybe get the other one. Oh, he's just going to go with it right now. Wow. Takes it.
Oh, huge.
Oh, pulled out the grenade. Well, that's a great round for them to win, though. That was a crazy back and forth there. It really, man, dying when you have utility out is quite possibly one of the worst feelings in this game.
This is just a good play for Burkhan. Immediately realizes, you know what, I'm just going to raise ult to make it a 1v1.
I also like, you know, he knew where 1 was rather than kind of like waiting to clear the corner or anything like that. Granted, you know, they can't see through the walls like we can.
Exactly.
But I like that they just kind of took that 1.
And this has been an aggressive round. Everyone's just kind of, I mean, usually you'd wait for that. As you mentioned, you try and say, okay, let's get a pick, then ult in a 1-on-1. I like how both these teams have been playing it. So the Restro is going to be forced to eco, so as well as the rest of the team. That is
a Bucky there from the Sage. Haven't seen that in a long time, ever since they hit it with the Nerf hammer. But oh, honestly, Resto's got some great first headshots, being like the first shots he always fires.
Seekers again for this Sky on this Tsudabi's.
That was tragic.
I think kind of got distracted by it, and these Seekers look like they're just going to win this round right up.
Yeah. They have 2 shotguns here. Oh, does probably have the advantage. Ooh, great shot there from Kawara. And now you're stuck.
You're just looking for an exit frag.
Yep, you're just hoping they just walk into your crosshair like that. Okay, good try, though. Save round. Tsunamis did a great job of taking advantage of that. I was really enjoy it when they're saving rounds. Just go very aggressively when they know the enemy team is saving.
Yep.
Granted, you always have to do respect the judge and the shotguns because you never want to just go too crazy and then the judge just kills half your team. But
I love the aggressive ult usage, as you said, too. Just like, who cares if it's a save round? Just use the Seekers. Just give yourself a free round. Don't get cute with it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that ult is, I mean, a 6-point ult in general, it should just be, I feel like you should just kind of use it whenever you have the, when you see the chance. Or at least hold it for like 1 round max. Because, like, you know, jet knives and stuff like that, I think also are part of that.
Usually we've seen these players use jet knives pretty aggressively. It is available for the Tsunamis, as Restro does take care of the dog. Gonna go for the flash. Flashes himself
they both
a little bit.
Flash each other at the same time, it seemed like, too. Oh, smoke kill. He kind of called him out right there. That he knew he was going to go straight back to elbow. Now Jay has to cover this by themselves. Actually, they do have Willie now.
They have the 2-2 right now.
If they get 1 kill, it'd be nice to get Cypher ult down. Kind of get the rest of where the end team is going for Tsunamis. Oh, great shot there from Lambert.
Jay gets 1. SLE gets another 1.
Getting those kills now is actually pretty funny because they do like basically negative damage. They do like they do max 15.
He's gonna get a great peek here.
Oh, nice pick there.
1-on-2 or 2-on-2. Sorry, but
Yep.
they're both in hookahs, so that's a great kind of spray if you can get it. They're gonna push out right onto SLE. He doesn't see Formal. Oh no.
Oh, nice right click here. They are opting to go with the right click again.
Their Killjoy is so
reloading.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Wow, what a play by SLE.
Yeah, I'll say SLE said, I don't need guns, I just need my pistol. Since the classic basically just acts as one anyways. This is an insane right click here, just bam.
Making up for the fact that they kind of didn't see Formal kill their teammate.
And then they played a little round, like, you know, ring around the rosy here, shooting through, and I think they end up actually killing them through the wall there, which is pretty funny. But hey, a win's a win. We take that round and use that as some momentum here. Quakes making sure that it doesn't get too out of hand there and win a round that is very important for this this game.
Yeah, 3 ults up for the Quakes.
Yep.
Those we talked about, the neural theft can be very tricky to use because, I mean, Willie just wasn't next to anybody when he died, unfortunately.
Restro's also swapping to A this round rather than playing that B long.
I like the B solo hold from Cypher. They still have Astra over there, but I would like them to just trust Cypher to get that solo hold on B.
I think with a Killjoy ult, you'd have at least 2. I think Killjoy is too much just for 1. Great. This should be a great grenade here. They are grenade and mauling. Phoenix is going crazy for this cubby area.
Didn't even run it back.
Through the smoke kill going out for Burkon here.
Formal's now got to retreat. They're going to immediately swap to B. 2 of them pushing through hookah here for the Tsunamis.
I do like that play with the aggressive duelist going through. I do like this teleporter play. Gets 1. Okay, now they do now know where the other one is. They're split up here, 1v1.
Risky take by Formal there.
That was a fantastic job by Quicks. They played extremely aggressive there with that short take with the 2 duelists, using utility in sync there. You saw the grenade, you saw the molly, and also, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty unfortunate that Khan did get that kill through the smoke there, but hey, sometimes it happens.
I was shocked that Restro didn't go for the run it back through the smoke, pushing into A short. He just kind of I'm just gonna go through.
I'll take it without that, and then I'll take the ult and go with the teleporter.
And I mean, you still have now you have the Astro Wall, which is probably the ult today. I don't want to say we've been the most critical of. We just haven't seen a great one.
Not proactive use of it, I would say.
And maybe you hold it for maybe a Killjoy ult on B. You just Astro Wall off. They say Jay gets a great pick. On to Knives, by the way. Knives were out.
Oh, that's a really cool smoke there. And Willie playing that Cypher shows that he does know these lineups, and that was a great job right there. Man, trying to push into Cypher or Astra on B side does not sound like the things I would want to do.
And now you just have to hold here if you're Kawara, right? I mean,
yeah.
They might only have a classic.
I think it looks like they've actually just saved. Granted, we've seen that pistols kind of are more effective sometimes, so.
But even then, I mean, you have to know you're outgunned. I don't think you're going to get a kill.
Yeah.
Maybe you try for a YOLO exit frag on somebody hunting for you, but. I mean, they don't even have
They're kind of
spike.
going through their spawn, though. They do. I think he kind of just gets the short up here.
They hear him. I don't know if they heard him go through the teleporter. Doesn't really seem like he's going to actually peek right onto Astra. Sees that, immediately retreats.
Playing the long con here.
They know where he.
I think he's gonna tap him. SLE just gonna. Boop, boop. Yep. That's a really cool skin. Not gonna lie, the Zed skin's pretty cool.
I've seen, I think, a lot of players pull it out. It is pretty.
I mean, it plays like a kind of like a party music after, you know.
Hey, you're always partying when you get the last kill.
Exactly. So it's like just like your own hype man.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Seekers up here for Tsunamis. I still don't see, as you said, how do you push B? Well, they actually move Cypher over to A, so never mind. I was just saying, I don't know how you push B with Astra Cypher, but they've actually relocated Willie over to A this time.
I think Tsunamis have a lot of ults here, so I think this is going to be the round to play very aggressive. I think you have to use your ults and really make sure you take this round here. It is 4-4 now. I think that anything you can get for a basically free round is, or, you know, advantage as much as you can is needed here.
Oh, Burkon should be able to take care of the Roomba.
Does match with their own grenade. Does get tagged a little bit. Oh, great job there from Tsunamis playing that long. No one's really holding that long anymore. They kind of swapped it up this round, it seems like, for the Quakes.
There's the, we're going to hear the Showstopper come out. We hear the Seekers come out, just barely misses. Though SLE does take a little bit of damage. Astroball is going to come down to try and save the team, but not before the 1-for-1 trade comes out, and SLE just gets stuck in nowhere.
Seems Astroball did go down, by the way, but it seemed like it was a little too far back for it to get the full use. Although I do like that. They do cover Hookah and Garden from that, like long. But it seemed like they... I
think everyone was already in was the problem.
Exactly, yeah.
Everyone had already pushed through Hookah and Garden by the time. It was a reactive sort of, they pushed onto us one, as you say. Yeah, it was a little too late for it to start. Did take 3 ults, though, for the Tsunamis to come out on top there.
Which is big. They won the round, which is really what matters at the end of the day, especially when you use that much resources. They do have Killjoy ult here. I would like to see an A push with the Killjoy ult here. I think the B push is like, it's been working out, but I do think with Killjoy ult, they can clear a lot of what they actually need to clear in terms of corners and stuff with that Killjoy ult instead. But we'll just have to wait and see. Seems like Burke... I
like this spot for
Burkon. Not playing too aggressive. Nice pick from Maestro there.
There's that ult, but it might not even matter. They've already taken down 2. And now they'll just get out of the Killjoy ult. And it didn't cut off enough of the site to really...
Yeah, kind of just got nullified by just the pick right onto them as a countermeasure.
Yeah. Korra is already at half health. There goes the Omen. Oh, they do get 1 pick onto Jay. Tabernakis gets another one. Maybe they're not out of it yet.
Nice flash. Oh, great job there from Sky.
Restro does take down the spike, though, so it is a 1-on-2. I'd like to see Cypher just drop down this neural theft. Don't allow Sky an opportunity, and never mind.
And takes the 1-1 instead. Oh, does the Seekers coming in here. I like this play. They're going to throw the Seekers and come on the other side, I think.
Restro has to know this.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. Great.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Tabernakis played that fantastic. I will say the smoke in bathrooms outside, the flash was just incredible. But this play, really playing some mind games because, I mean, it is really hard to hold both those angles at once.
Yep.
So, just didn't commit to one and took advantage of that. I mean, that's what we saw. Tsunamis is doing a fantastic job, honestly, with these ults. I think they're doing a great job of just holding it. The one thing I will say on Tsunamis is they're swapping a lot. Yep. They're not keeping one person on one side. They're not keeping people in the specific areas. I can see Burkon here is now playing B for the first time of the game. I'm pretty sure. Really is the one constant of it B because you're Cypher. Cypher can really hold it down here. But I think they're doing a great job of kind of making Quake's guess of where they're going. It's almost like they're trying to call their bluff, it seems like.
Willie's got a great angle in Hookah here with the Sheriff. Astrowall does go down. The Jet does
catch him, yeah.
See Burkon, but they immediately lose 1. They do take the run it back down. Now they're going to go another double trade. Tabernakis absolutely insane on this. Sky picks up another double kill.
Is heavily lit this time. Sky cannot heal herself, but they do have the res from Sage, so I think that's going to be a big thing as they kind of want to get this res here to make it a 3v3 scenario here.
Yeah, their teammates aren't in the easiest spot to res. The other problem is it's a huge rotation from the Tsunamis. Nobody's even on B, and they're wasting all of their utility.
They can get a res though. I think that's going to be the worth, right? They should just get a res here and just go straight to A. Now they're going to hit the bomb planted, so they're up to move. Oh, they did just use wall there.
They used all of their utility on B just for a res.
I mean, the res is very worth, but the thing is Seeker's out again. It's crazy.
How? That's 2 rounds in a row.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. They almost got 2 there. SLE was at 1 HP. They're peeking on the corner here. They do have the showstopper. They are pretty low if they can get at least one of them here.
Maybe we might just go for the ult here. Don't know if they both want to be up in heaven. They're just
trying to
actually going to
save. Yeah, I think. Yeah, at this point, it's a little too late. I think it was interesting using some bit of utility is nice because you don't actually know where they are. Oh, that's tragic actually.
That is
all the saving for nothing.
That is the final round before the swap. But
yeah.
And that was a great call by the Tsunamis to say, all right, we've blown everything on B. They're going to come for B. Just hard push over to A. They just didn't have a way to retake, especially, I mean, 2 Seekers in 2 rounds. I don't even know how Tabernakis is doing this.
Just getting all the resources. And granted, they're fragging out on this Sky, and I will say every Sky we've seen has played extremely aggressive and really using Sky to their playstyle, which I really enjoy.
It's an interesting Sage wall up in hookah.
Oh,
I like this play.
Little cheese spot, huh? And the interesting thing is they can't actually run up through there. The only problem is they just shoot the entire wall. Ooh, they do have a grenade here from Burkon. I have Showstopper available as well, so that could be a big ult opportunity here for the B side, especially in hookah, where they have to be so congested.
And if Willie can get a pick, they also have that neural theft. They just haven't been able to use it.
Great shots. I think they let him a little bit.
Jay gets a 1-for-1 trade. There's Tabernakis with another kill.
And it seems like they do have the numbers advantage for Tsunamis coming in here. They do have sight. They do have show. This is kind of hard, though, because they're not really in a good spot. They did get a pick here. They are coming from the same spot here, though. So, I think Cypher was trying to go for the ult, but got blinded by it a little too much here. Oh, misses the flash. Does get 1 with the showstopper. Does get 2 here.
All right.
1v1 scenario here with the Omen.
Omen's got to push into the grenade, so he is slowed down there. He has an idea where he is. He's going to stick it. No. Great fake. And then you choose to stick it.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's the one thing that I actually don't like is when people are holding A, but they all rotate through CT spawn. I think it's too congested in the area because it's so easy for the team to hold elbow and that main door right there. With basically utility, it's almost impossible to push through. Like you saw this, the Phoenix who tried to push through the smoke. Granted, he did miss the flash, but I still think that it goes the same even with that flash hitting. So one thing I always like is if you're playing 2 different angles, the hookah and stuff like that.
Well, now we swap sides, see what the Quakes can do attacking-wise. I think the biggest downfall for the Quakes is they just have too many reactive ults.
Yeah.
You have the Cypher ult that we didn't even get to see used once. You have the Sage ult, which again, you know, you have to have a teammate who's down.
Yep.
You have to have all. You have to use. We saw a ton of utility get used to keep them alive, and the Astro wall that we saw come out once. I feel like these Tsunamis have a comp where they're like, ult's up. All right, we're gonna use it.
Yep, I agree with that one, especially the Seekers.
Yeah, I mean, Tabernakis is going for a world record here for Seekers. I think we've already seen 3 or 4 used in just 12 rounds.
Yeah, I'd say, if not more.
That is absolutely incredible.
They're playing this kind of interesting. They're kind of playing back in the A. It seems they're trying to get some information before anything. And now they're looking for that B split now. Tabernakis is going to that B now, though. It seems like he will be waiting for them on site.
With all that Killjoy utility as well, which is already impossible in itself to almost get through.
Playing this slow here, Tsunami still has 3. It seems like they are going to start rotating. They kind of know something is up here. Now I'm guessing here comes the hard rotate from the rest.
Flashing. Oh, great jump down on the Killjoy.
Great angle there from the Killjoy, honestly.
Jay's going to lose that fight as well. Willie does get a pick, but that's all they get. Burkon taking a decent bit of damage in that smoke.
There's a 4v2 here. Granted, Tsunamis do have 2 very low, but it seems like they are hitting him with the fake and going A. If they do get the plant down, I think that's the most important this round. Eco is definitely one of the #1 priorities. Does wall it off, gets a safe one. Although, Raze is still on the flank here. Does get one, actually.
Was that worth it? Do you think, to get the one pick? I mean, a guaranteed spike went down.
That's true.
I feel like, I mean, it's not an awful pick because Formal's low as well. SLE could easily get a nice little cheese kill here.
I think one is specifically pretty big here. Honestly, I think you just have to try to stall time, you know, as hard as that is. But does get low pick. Oh, if they'd got that right click, that would have been pretty close. But yeah, I mean, that's an interesting scenario, right? Is it worth it to get the one pick and go for the 1-for-1, or do you think it, you know, is worth it to just basically take the?
I would have preferred to rotate over and try your odds in a 2-on-4, personally, because no one had rotated already. It wasn't like Raze was trying to be a distraction to get a plan off. It was a free site on A. They didn't know that, of course, but
I think biggest thing here though is you have to ask yourself a question, right? Does Quakes take the option to force? Granted, it's 9-4, or are they going to be like, all right, guys, we can play this slow, and we don't care if, you know, they have the potential to go to 10-4 and then go from there? It's always a hard decision, I think. It's
tough because if Tabernakis, as you see right there, he only needs 2 kills to be able to get Seekers for next round, especially if they win. You get Seekers on a 10-4 round. I want to see Quakes push here, but of course it's so hard with after losing the pistol round.
It's just they are going to go for the safe here. Almost like, you know, basically kind of almost, you're not giving up, but you're basically, it's going to be a very hard round to win in this scenario.
Yeah, they have to somehow find a pick onto Tabernakis. If you can deny the Seekers for another round.
Well, and he's just top fragging, I'm pretty sure. He's doing a fantastic job.
Restro
does have the utility out in his hand, but he is walking, so he could catch him out here in the utility. Oh, just kidding.
That was a fantastic team play.
I was going to say, that was awesome. He's basically using his teammate as his eyes. Yep. And basically is like, hey, you let me know when to flash. And right there. Fantastic job. I'm really enjoying the teamwork today I'm seeing from the Esports Tower.
Yeah, this Nami team is on top of it. Burkhan, there's really not much you can do. You got to just get insanely lucky shots here with the Sheriff. You're looking for any sort of kill.
He's known for his one-tap, so not going to win.
Yeah, all right, how about Seekers next round?
So, Quakes, they got one, I think, which is not bad.
No.
Quakes is now in a pressure scenario where basically this is going to be their full buy, and if they lose this round, you know it's going to be extremely hard to come back from the game. It's already in a disadvantaged spot, but they do have the guns. They do know Tsunamis is still on the bonus, I'm pretty sure. So they have these Spectres and stuff like that, so they are an advantage for this type of thing. But Quakes have 0 ultimates right now, so they just have gun advantage right now.
I would expect Tsunamis to get very aggressive with these Seekers. They're favoring that B side, but you do have Tabernakis hanging out in the mid. Now going to rotate over towards, back towards spawn as Willie gets a great first pick out of Formal.
Yeah, Willie's been doing a fantastic job with playing these weird angles, it seems like. Kind of playing the unordinary. Restro does get the ult orb here. They don't have ults yet, but they are having a great setup here for the defendants of the defuse.
Dog comes out.
They do have Seekers up.
You got to probably just Seekers now if you want any chance of winning here, especially with a great pick from SLE and a 5v3.
Great pick there. I mean, I think they're maybe probably going to save it there due to the gun difference. They get another pick here. 3v3 scenario now.
I mean, maybe. Oh, great flash there.
Yes, a great flash.
There's the Seekers.
Yep.
One enemy remaining.
Only problem is he had no other utility, and it was a good try. I'm really enjoying how Restro is playing these flashes. Usually you kind of have like your body looking the other way because you can curve the flashes, but he's straight up just like looking at the wall in front of him and throwing them around the curve, so the curve is basically almost like a happening as soon as it hits around the corner, right?
Yeah, it's like riding the wall and then flashes. Yeah, Restro has been phenomenal for the Quakes.
Yeah, he's had some really great crosshair placement, gotten a lot of kills when it matters. The biggest thing here, though, is what's going to happen next in these rounds.
Well, we do know that Jet's got an op. Ooh, SLE. The Quakes have had a couple times where somebody tells them, like, hey, you should maybe not go that far forward. SLE was a great example. They just barely dodged the op.
They do have the angles now. Quakes is kind of playing all over the place here. I think they're trying to figure out if they can get a pick somewhere and act off that.
Oh, yep.
Great hold angle there from the Jet.
Did not expect him to be there. Now Jay's held down as well. They're all just kind of split up. I mean, Spike's still mid on that Cypher. Great pick by Jay, though.
Great job there with the spray transfer. Very disciplined there. Oh.
Formal spraying through the Cypher cage.
Yeah, Willie got caught using that utility.
Should be able to get a plant off here.
I like that wall there. He knows that they're in U-Haul, so he's going to wall off the U-Haul play and look for this pick, although they do get a pick onto bathrooms.
Oh, SLE gets a
Nice
headshot
shot there. He does have res.
You have to use it here, I think.
He does have Willie, who did die, I think, in the top of stairs right there. So if he can get there, but the only problem is... Actually, no, Burke has his back. Yep, they're going to play the defense here.
Nice flash.
Nice bait there. Great job from SLE. They have a 3-on-1 here. They know KJ is coming.
KJ doesn't have really anything available. Burkon
does get one.
Would have liked to see Willie try and use that neural depth, but Burkon with a great spot up on the box. And hey, the Quakes aren't out of it yet. They've turned this around in a heartbeat. Again, they just have these 3 ultimates that you're kind of saying, like, when can you use them?
Yeah.
Is the problem.
I think right there, Bergstan and SLE did a fantastic job working together. Baiting the Sky, obviously, thought they just kind of rip around, try to get that res kill, but it turns out they were actually waiting for the entire time. I think that was a fantastic play. We're going to need more plays of that from Quakes, I think, for them to come back in this game for sure.
Well, this does look to be a save round for the Tsunamis. See all pistols across the board. So, I mean, this, not a free round, but should be an easy win if they play it right. And that's a great way to start with a double spray through mid.
I like the attempt to try to get those like spray patterns around the corner. Oh, does get one. But it seems like this one's going to be a pretty quick round here from Quakes as they do just kind of roll through the 3 of them holding outside.
A great job taking advantage of an eco round, not letting up. As you said, it was a nice attempt by the Tsunami to try and get a crazy spray pattern through mid.
Yeah, I think they were just kind of hoping that maybe there was like one lurker there, and they just kind of take the advantage.
Take him out, get a gun.
Yep.
Should be an easy cleanup here.
I mean, at this point, you just kind of, if you're Tsunamis, I think if you didn't buy anything, you just kind of look for a couple picks and just hope
you're
it
just
works
trying
out.
for kills, for ults to build up, denying Econ. They're both going to peek the same way. Burkon has a great angle here. Just
takes them both out. Just like that, Quakes are kind of in the driver's seat right now. They do have 2 ults left. Tsunamis do have 3 ults. I think the run it up is actually a pretty big ult in terms of getting picks on the beginning of round and of attack. It seems right now that Tsunamis are kind of getting picked at the beginning of the round. I think that's the biggest kind of difference here is Quakes are finding that opening. Like you saw that Willie the round before this, really getting an opening pick on the Cypher. Even though it does trade 1-for-1, when you're attacking, getting that pick at the very beginning of the round just makes it all the easier to take that site.
The Tsunamis are very close to all of their ults. You see the 3 are there. I do believe when they flash the scoreboard, Jet is 1 away, and Sky is 2. So you get a couple of quick kills here, you're right back in control if you're the Tsunamis and have like a 5 ult round at 11 if you win this. Run it back.
Yeah, there it is. Does get the pick onto the Sky, which has been a pretty big part of their team. Was that friendly Sage wall? It was.
Yes. It's a very interesting Sage wall. You do run it back.
Does trade for the grenade kill. That's pretty unfortunate here. We do have a 3v4 now, though. Tsunami having ults, so say, we do have the Killjoy ult coming out. The Astro Wall is coming out here.
Astro Wall into a Killjoy, defensive wall, and knives.
It's true. Okay, I think that's the Omen ult?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Oh, Jay does have a corner. Great job there.
Huge.
Man.
It's up to...
Jay's had great placement. They do are going to start running now.
Jay gets picked through
for a second I thought like he might be able to get it or something like that. That was crazy.
Wow.
Jay with the 4K. See, the one thing there, though, is I'm pretty sure the Tsunamis there had Vandals. And I think the difference here with Jay is he didn't... like the gun advantage is actually kind of big there.
Yep.
I think one had I think with the first one had a Phantom, the other one had a Vandal. Phantom versus Vandal topic I think is a pretty interesting one because I think overall technically the Phantom is better, but people like to use the Vandal because that one tap any range kind of thing. But I do think that Phantoms end up being better on buying because you're not really in any of those situations where you're too far ranged.
Yeah, everything's a pretty close fight on bind especially, and it does look like the Tsunamis are going to be forced to eco again.
Yeah, I mean they lost that round, and at this point Quakes are coming straight behind them in terms of the score, just even it up. Quakes are great shot there actually from the Jet coming in.
I would think that Sky is also maybe 1 kill away from Seekers, so maybe if you get another kill, make it a 5-on-3. Since you are at a gun disadvantage, you might want to use those Seekers. Oh, great job by Burkon.
Oh, peeks him again. I think kind of gives away their position there with the I think shot the judge, I believe.
Yes, it did look like the judge. They did take a ton of damage though. And A's basically a 3-on-1. Restro 3-on-2. He's gonna get a barely misses a great peek.
That was a great corner play playing from Tsunamis there, just playing the corner, making sure they're not peeking too far to give him a free kill.
Burkon's gonna spray.
Does have an Odin spraying through somewhere.
Let's take care of the Roomba.
They're holding this U-Halt. Great job shooting. Ooh, does a fantastic job. Gets one. SLE gets another one. SLE's playing out of his mind right now.
1-on-3 for the Omen.
Ooh, great shot there with the one tap. He knows you're there.
I don't know how Omen's gonna get there to defuse in time.
Jay's like, I'll play time, guys. Don't worry.
Yep. No
Great job. Way to just play the bathrooms, play the flank, and play the 2 angles at once, and that's a big round.
We went from 10-4 to 10-9.
Yep. And now I think Tsunamis do have a bye this time again, but I think last round was pretty close despite the save from Tsunamis here. So they know they can get it done. The biggest thing is how will they get it done for the most part. I think the swapping around they kind of had are going on, or at least the Quakes did on the defense, right? They had swapped around a lot, and I think Tsunamis might have to do something similar, or they have to kind of figure out who wants to play that site in the best way possible.
And I think the Tsunamis last round they won because they did such a great job just being aggressive. We have that kind of weird Jet and Sky combo again on B long. We saw that earlier where Sky's already holding the pop flash, doesn't quite get it
picked.
though. Willie's gonna get another one. That it almost feels like a round loser for the Tsunamis though. Kawara does get one back. It's a double kill.
They do trade, what do you think, 1 for 2 there?
Yes, they did trade 1 for 2.
Which is still fine because they do have the advantage for attackers. They do have 3. They do have B site wide open at this point, all utility. They do have res, even though they have no bodies to res over there. But Willie is playing this very aggressive with this Odin.
You have double Odin on that side as well.
Oh. I would say have that knife out's pretty scary. Great job there with the blind. They have 2v2 now. They do have the showstopper coming out.
1 enemy remaining.
Does get him inside.
I don't know if you can go for the res anymore.
Oh, and just like that, Tsunami's 4v2, I believe, or 3v2.
3v2. It was like a brief moment where it was a 4v2, I think, and then they ended up trading 1 for 1.
I will say, great use of utility there from Agi, I believe. Had the blind to make sure they got Willie on the little corner there. Had the smoke for Gardens. They had to peek, and I think that was a fantastic job coming from Tsunami's. Great play by the 2 of them on the site.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the Quakes got that immediate double kill on the Sky and Jet on B. I would have liked everyone to just bail out and go B as opposed to losing a 1v2, and that kind of set up the round. Because, yeah, you had the Sage ult. You didn't have anyone to res.
I think that was a little bit of overconfidence from winning those last couple rounds.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're up, and we're up 2 off-site. Let's just easily get a pick here.
Yep.
Yeah, both these teams have gotten some great picks and also had some very careless moments.
Nice thing is Quakes had a lot of eco, though, since they won a lot of rounds. They have full guns ready to go. And this would be a big round for either team. Puts them at game point for Tsunamis. Puts Quakes just 1 closer to catching up with them.
Oh, they trade 1 for 1.
These teams do a great job of 1 for 1 all the time with the rounds. Oh, they do have res, though, so that is going to be worth in the long run.
I'm watching that B long. Yeah, let's just see if they pick off Willie. They end up getting J, which is huge, and they get Willie.
Great job there. They have a 4v3 now after having that number disadvantage.
Are coming out as well. Burkon's got to try and take care of them.
Oh, does get the pick. Now it's 3v3. Looks like they are going to look for this B side here. They don't fully know where the others are, but
Killjoy's stuck holding A with the lone ult in the game.
I wonder if they're going to go back to A or they're going to look for this B push. I think they're going to go for the B push split.
I think that dog saw them, by the way.
I think he saw one, the long one.
Yeah, I think he did see Burkon.
Does spray through. They have utilities. He is now, oh my gosh, going through.
Nice use of the wall there.
I like that blast pack. SLE just getting another pick once again. They do know where one is, and the other one's TP, so they know where they are now. The thing is they do have wall as well. Oh, it's now a 3v1 scenario here for Quakes.
They needed that killjoy ult. Ooh, Flash just misses. Doing a nice bit of damage to SLE, but I don't think Tabernac is. Oh!
You wanted to bounce it up. Okay, looks like they're just going to wait here for time and just kind of let it play out.
Tabernac is kind of getting forced in. SLE doesn't know where he is. Now finally figures it out. Gets caught with utility out.
Doesn't kill him, though. Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
Man, utility is always so scary to use sometimes later in that round.
Yeah, that was just, I think, Burkhan just didn't get to SLE where he was. Because Burkhan, I think, is shooting him.
Yeah, he does.
And he doesn't tell SLE, hey, he's coming towards you, by the way.
Well, also, I think using a wall that late in the round is kind of a waste of money. Because 350, that thing is expensive.
Yeah, no point needing to use the wall.
But they won the round nonetheless. Now we have a 10-11 Quakes Tsunamis. Quakes has not caught up to them this entire game ever since it was 3-3, I believe. And now if they win this round, it is finally, oh my gosh.
There, it's a save round for the for Tsunami. I love the aggressive play.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. Does get him low again. Willie is very low on this one.
Oh, this is risky.
Oh, wait, it's 2v2 right now. SLE does have guns for the most part. Does get one. And does get two. SLE does clutch it out with that. But wow, that was a I like that plan a lot.
That was a great play.
Like I said, I think Fish, ever since we saw that first game of the day, the landslides with the versus Inferno with the 5-stack save round, I'm a big fan of just kind of looking at that 5-stack and just seeing what you can do, you know? And Op is coming out on the side of Tsunamis. The Jet does have the Op once again.
Interesting, because if Tsunamis lose this, they're basically losing the game. Because they're not going to have anything for match point.
Yeah, but I think you just kind of go for it. I think right now you kind of have to go for the full buy here, and you just look for the because they just saved last round.
True.
So I think you just have to buy it here and then just look all in and go from there.
Quakes do have enough to lose this round and regain fully. I do like the ults. I want to see Willie get some value out of this neural theft. Just hasn't been able to find it.
He just hasn't been, and honestly, Willie just hasn't been in that many good spots to use it, to be honest.
Well, Carrara gets the first pick. There goes the run it back.
Does get 2 down for Quakes here. Does get 3. Quara is holding down these bathrooms on this A side and says, I'm done with this. Trying to close out the game here. SLE does get 1.
There's not really a
That's a
point
4v1 scenario here.
Planning this. Maybe gets a great pick onto the Jet in this hallway.
Maybe it's a scenario where it's a 1v1v1, you know?
Yeah, if you find a 1v1v1 as the Sage with the healing. Oh.
Ooh, timing.
Doesn't
nice. Does get the 1.
Do you just camp this op for your team?
No, I don't think so. I think you just go for it.
I think they did actually. Yeah, they didn't pick up the op last time, so I don't know if the
Quakes do have enough money here, since they did, win the last, I think, 2 rounds.
Ooh, nice teleporter.
He's juking him out here. SLE. Ult Orb and Plant does get him the res, but the problem is I think delaying this Plant for... Actually, okay, he does have the cheese little spot here. But did anyone die in bathrooms? That's the real question.
No, everybody died in mid.
Yeah, so unfortunately he can't res here. Oh, he can. He has 1.
That is huge. Now they are going to push him.
I like this play now. SLE is going all the way around here. Do they look for the plant? If they hold plant, they just lose.
Oh, they got him to stop once. He's going to start.
I think he's going to hold it.
Yeah, he's just going to hold. SLE unfortunately played impressively. Might get a great pick here on the exit.
I like the thought process behind that. I think SLE the only chance to win that round is to have a big flank there. But the only problem is I think you have to just go full sprint there to even get there in time, because at that point Tsunami says 3, and it's exactly what just happened, right? You just hold the plant and
you need a J to get a pick.
Yeah.
What an impressive job by the Tsunamis, but I mean, going into 4 ults, I think you have to favor the Tsunamis, but the Quakes
still have a full buy here.
They do have a full buy, and they've done a great job attacking. I think they've won a majority of the attacking rounds.
So this is going to be a close one. Obviously, this is game point for Tsunamis here, but could go into some OT here with the Quakes if they come up in this round.
Willie just has to live and has to get a neural theft off. That, to me, feels like the most important thing.
Good smoke there from Omen, yeah. Oh, does get a pick. Quaros has been really popping off in these rounds, these last 3 rounds that really have been counting.
They got the ace last round, actually, to put him on match point. You can see
yeah, say it's close.
Burkhan's stuck in B long. They're trying that Sage Jet cheese there on B long. which Burkhan might actually fall for. I don't know why he's away from the team. He's going to die to this.
Let's see if he can get one, though. It's pretty big. Oh, does get the angle instead, though. And now we are in a 5v3 scenario with the last round at stake here. Really does have a good angle.
Willie just needs, if he can get that neuro theft off, this Quake's have an in. He just has got to get a pick. Kawara's holding that U-Haul.
The full Killjoy utility here.
Yeah, Kawara has been absolutely insane. There's another great pick for the Jet.
Yeah, I think at this point it is looking grim. Oh, here comes the showstopper. All he's going to do is just throw it in the corner, and yep. And that takes the game.
What an impressive game from the Tsunamis. They will be going up against the Landslides in our grand finals. Honestly, that was insane to have. They had a huge lead, nearly blew it, and then at the very end, an insane play by Kawara. I think like 8 kills in the final 2 rounds, something like that. Absolutely insane. Well, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights with our featured rumbles. Recruities are taking notice as well. It's a great way to exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. So we know what our grand finals is going to be, Red Hots. It's going to be in Landslides taking on the Tsunamis. I know we did see 2 Landslides games, only 1 Tsunamis game, but your early thoughts on our full grand final show next week?
I think Landslides are looking very dominant for sure, but I think the Tsunamis, they did have some great plays there. It did get really close to the end there. They did kind of lose that streak there, but I think for them to be able to close it out when it got really sticky in that situation where, you know, you're up 10-4, next thing you know, it's 9-10, and then it's like, you know, back and forth there. I think for them to close it out in that fashion, I think is a big showing. So I think if, you know, they work on a couple things, they definitely do have a shot at taking this Landslides down.
And I think that both the Landslides and Tsunami showed some great team coordination. I mean, we saw with the Landslides sort of that double alt usage, but that B-long, the jet as your eyes for the sky flash, that's going to be very interesting. I'm going to be very curious to see if we go back to Bind, because, of course, the grand finals, we go to a best of 3, more chances for Bind to be in the mix. So as we start to wrap up tonight, we do have our ICCU player of the game. I think there's probably 2 or 3 deserving choices, but Red Hots, who would you hand it off to?
I think for last game, be Quora for sure. That's my pick for that last run.
I think it's probably between Prestige and Kawara.
Yeah, that was my other one. I think Prestige had a fantastic showing today, just showing that Sky dominance. So I think they did a great job there.
Yeah, I agree with you, though. Kawara in that last round in particular was absolutely insane. So I would love to see who it's going to be. That is going to be a showdown we want to watch as our Idaho Central Credit Union players. Actually, Solix, who was very insane in the semifinal in particular for the Landslides.
I agree. I mean, they had multiple picks off at the beginning of the rounds. They held down sights. They did a fantastic job in this map.
They basically used the Sage wall as their own personal jumping pad, too, which was they totally just abused the enemy Sage.
That was pretty sick, I will say. And it happened multiple times, not just once.
Yeah, I do believe they ended up top fragging in that final game. A very deserving player, and someone that I had totally forgotten about. That is going to be a fun matchup next week between the Landslides and Tsunamis. But the player of the game brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union. Who's a great player, makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Solix is your ICCU player of the game. Well, as we close this out, we prep for next week's grand final shows. Your final takeaways, Red Hots, from a very exciting and very, very crazy first round of this week's Rumble.
Honestly, I think the team play overall leveled up a lot this week. We saw Landslides working together with that. We saw the B-Long thing coming from Tsunamis. And I think it's been really cool to see these guys not just be, you know, individuals, but more so as a team and show that, hey, like, I got your back, you got mine. And they know that, hey, like, if we work together, we can do some really cool stuff.
I cannot wait for next week's grand finals. An exciting night of matchups here in the bracket stage of the Week 2 Valorant Rumble. Congratulations to the Tsunamis for making their first ever grand final, and the Landslides for returning this week, and of course, making the grand finals again. The grand final show should be an exciting matchup. Remember, the Landslides have never lost a game in Esports Tower. They have 2-0'd every single time. So maybe we'll get our first ever Game 3. I cannot wait to see next week who comes out on top and who is this week's Valorant champion. As a reminder, we'll be hosting the conclusion of this Esports Tower Valorant Rumble next week, Monday, 4 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Boise State Twitch channel. It will be all grand finals, Tsunamis and Landslides. Maybe we'll get our first ever Game 3. But we're going to close out tonight's broadcast with our top 5 presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your Groove Choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Reach out on Twitch at iGuard Gaming, and here are your top 5 plays from this week's Rumble. Yep.
Great hold angle there from the Jet.
Did not expect him to be there. Now Jay's held down as well. They're all just kind of split up. I mean, Spike's still mid on that Cypher. Great pick by Jay, though.
Great job there with the spray transfer. Very disciplined there. Oh.
Spraying through the Cypher. Jay, that smoke. Spin it. Wants to push through into that B site with his knives out.
Yep. Spin does. And the one thing I kind of don't mind here, is this crazy intro here. I really am a fan of plays like this. Gets a great right click. Wow. That second right click on the Killjoy.
If you get it, they're going to push out right onto SLE. He doesn't see Formal. Oh, no.
Oh, nice right click here. They are opting to go with the right click again.
Killjoy is so
reloading.
Low.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, what a play by SLE.
Yeah, I'll say SLE said.
Better members on landslides. If he lands a big flash here, might be able to pull it off.
So if they get one, they do have the Seekers out, but they only have 12 seconds left. Oh, they do? I like this play. Just instantly looking for the ult. Do not waste any time. They know they're back there. The concussion's going to come out pretty soon if they don't get it. Oh, great clutch there from Prestige. Because, I'm not going to lie, you always have the people who are like, well, I can op right now. Like, just no, we can op. But Shove restraint right there. They are just taking this A. They are just running out here, taking everything. And once again, the same exact thing happens for Solex?
Yep.
Solex, yeah.